The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers podcast, show number 386. We record on February the 28th, 2022. I am one of your hosts, Jesus, also known as JesusWalksAlot. Today I'm joined by my friend from the West Coast, the Best Coast, Gunny Chief. Henley Merrill is back. Welcome back, Henley. Welcome.
Hey, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon.
Howdy. And from Little Ohio, the Mayo is back. Steve Willie. Welcome, Steve. Welcome.
Hey, Jesus. What's up?
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Mayo. Hi, Mayo's dog.
Hi, Gunny. Yeah, my dog's back there sleeping.
She's not sleeping.
No, she's kind of. She's like up, but...
And from the Great White North, living with all the elves, Ryan, Give 8777 is back. The Canadian is back. Welcome back, Ryan. Welcome.
What's going on, everybody? Another episode of Horrible Gamers. Let's do this.
Nice. Let's do this, people. Welcome to the show, guys. First of all, I want to say you guys can follow us on Twitter at _Horrible Gamers. Leave us a review on iTunes. 5 stars are appreciated, but be truthful in your review. You can also follow us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Stitcher, anywhere else you find podcasts. Audible.
Player FM, you say that?
Player FM. Everywhere. Just, you can literally find us everywhere, Gunny. Can't you?
All the places.
You pretty much can.
You
maybe not on the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, I'm sure you could find someone somehow to put us on the Nintendo Switch.
Does it have a browser?
Does it? Does it not have a browser?
I don't think it does. It didn't when I had one anyways.
I don't know. I never checked.
I never did either. I never tried.
That's
Why
weird.
would you? Why would you? Well,
I've ever used a browser in the console.
Hey,
that
man.
I own. You
I
guys?
know the 3DS had one.
Dude,
Have you
even
guys used a browser ever?
on like a console, never. Like even like on the X. I know the Xbox has one, and the PlayStation.
it's got Edge, yeah.
Yeah.
On the
I just curious. I just
PlayStation.
happened to think of that. I'm like, I've never touched a browser.
But you know,
even on Steam.
you know
When
for
they
a
did that big
fact,
picture on Steam.
The Vita
I
does.
you know for a
PlayStation
fact,
Vita.
someone out there is using the browser. Who? One of the listeners right now is like, "Yo, bro, I use the browser every time." So all I do is it's my
The only
computer.
time I use the
HorribleGamers.com,
browser on
it'll
console
read
is
it.
when it redirects me to something in the browser.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
when you're in Microsoft Rewards and it takes you to like the browser version of it or whatever. Stuff
Definitely.
like that.
Definitely.
I never opened the browser to to try and browse the internet on my console.
But first, I want to give you guys a little piece of news here. Support for HGP is brought to you by Manscaped. That's right, Ryan. Manscaped is the new sponsor of this show. They are the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Ryan, did you know this?
I did know this. I've heard about it.
Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped recently launched the Ultimate in Men's Hygiene Bundle, Mayo, the Performance Package. You can now join over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. With this offer for you, you get 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code HGP20. Just head over to manscaped.com. And, yeah, I mean, that's a lot, dude. 4 million men, 2 balls each. That's about 8 million balls.
That's 8 million balls.
8 million balls.
8 million balls that have
Shaved
been...
and scrubbed and
Ooh.
smelling all nice and shiny.
Your balls will thank you for this.
That's right. So with this package, you will find that you get it's called the Performance Package 4.0. You get something called the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, the Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold all these goodies, Ryan. Now, I was sent over a gift from Manscaped, and of course, I received this package, and I gotta say, man, the trimmer works. That's all I'm gonna say, guys. The trimmer works. It didn't hurt me down there. I was a little skeptical at first, Mayo. I was like,
Right,
what
gotta
are we?
be.
Like, is this dangerous? I was like, is this dangerous, Gunny? What's going on? Is this dangerous right now?
Now I can tell you, I've got another brand. It's an older brand. It's a little bit bigger and bulkier,
but it's not as good, right?
It gets dangerous down there when I use that.
Yeah,
that
this
trimmer.
one, Gunny. This one
pulling on hairs.
This one is the Weed Whacker. Let me tell you, it's waterproof and it has proprietary skin-safe technology. This technology sort of, helps it to be a little easier on the balls down there. You don't want to nick yourself or anything like that. You got to be a little easier. So yeah. So you can be waterproof. So that means you can take it in the shower. You know what I mean, Mayo? If you need to shave down there in the shower, you don't make a mess anymore, Gunny. All right, Gunny. You don't got to make a mess in your bathroom anymore, dude. Just get down there, Gunny.
Jesus.
Do it in the shower.
Tell me, how do I get some of this?
Just head over to manscaped.com and use promo code HGP20.
HGP20.
And you get yourself 20% off. This is worldwide, free shipping. So, I mean, let's, go.
Do it.
Go right now.
Manscaped.com. HGP20.
Yeah. Woo. Anyways, you can also support the show by heading on over to Patreon at patreon.com/horrible gamers like our friend Leahy, the legendary Big D. You know what you need for that, Big D, Leahy. You know what you need. Jason Sams, Robert Noble, Sean Patrick, Chad, Henley M, Pork Chop Poo, Nipron, the best HGP host ever, Evan, Big Girls, Big D Tanaka. Ooh, Evan,
You know what he needs for that, Big D?
You know what them big girls like, Evan.
HGP20, buddy.
Go ahead. Jonathan Titan, Big D Hall. Titan, those Titan Ds, they get a little hairy and messy down there, Jonathan.
Yeah, I bet.
You know what I'm saying, bro? And the first HGP Patreon, Bill, still even the biggest D, Garner the second. You too, Billy. You know what you need, man. Head on over to Manscaped. Use that promo code. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to talk about video games and stuff about video games and everything and whatnot. Big shout out to Phantom Egg for the intro and outro music to the podcast. But first off and foremost, I don't want to deny the fact of what's going on in the world right now, guys. Like just because we
Jesus,
we
before you do that, I think Gunny went to put his ball toner on.
Holy shit, he just walked away. Holy fuck, you're right. I think you went to put the ball deodorant on. When you have long gaming sessions, Mayo, you gotta have that ball deodorant.
Get some sweaty balls.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta
freshen up a little bit.
Freshen up down there, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta protect yourself.
He's back.
He's back. Look at him. He looks refreshed.
He's got shiny balls now, I bet. His balls are shiny.
But as I was saying, I don't want to deny the fact, for everyone listening, that of course we know what's going on around the world. We know what's going on in the Ukraine. We know what's going on over there, and I just want to say that to all the people in the Ukraine, I hope you guys are well. I hope you find yourself in a safe position, in a safe spot. If you're not fighting. If you're fighting, I hope you're kicking ass. But if you're not, I hope that you're in a safe place. Maybe you're outside the country. Maybe you're taking refuge somewhere else. I hope that you're able to go back home eventually. And I hope that, this doesn't escalate to anything worse than what it is now. I mean, it's pretty bad now, but it can definitely get even bigger and more dangerous for everyone in the world, as we all know. And, I mean, it's fucking crazy, guys. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck, Gunny? That's what I thought.
I don't know. This thing changes every hour. Yeah, my hearts go out to the Ukrainian people. And,
definitely.
This is unnecessary. I think that's the thing that just blows my mind is like, this doesn't have to happen.
I think it's what blows everyone's mind, right? Like, I think everyone's like, what the fuck? Like, what's the reason for this, And it's like a full-on invasion of a country just because you want the country, And, the Ukraine thing has been going on since 2014, It's been going on for a very, very long time now. And now this is like this is what everyone was afraid of back in 2014. Everyone was like, is this going to happen? Is this going to happen? And it hasn't happened for what now? 8 years now? But now all of a sudden it's like, boom, it happens. And it's like, what the fuck? So, I mean, it's a scary situation, man. I'm a little nervous, you know. Everyone
I'd
should
say
be.
so. And just watching, the people that, is it men the age of 18 and 55 that, can't leave. They have to defend their country, whether they're willing to or they're afraid, they're scared, they're terrified. And, and they're picking up these assault rifles to defend their country. And it's terrifying to even watch those videos. So my heart goes out to the people in Ukraine and in Poland who are taking refuge.
Yeah. Yeah, and shout out to all those countries accepting refugees. I know the U.S. said that we would accept refugees here. I mean, honestly, I don't know how the fuck you're going to get to the U.S. That would be a very long trip. You know what I mean?
I was thinking the same thing. Canada said that. And I'm like, but I think they get people out. Like, they bring people. They
fly them out or whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know Canada's taking refugees too.
It's a whole situation that could get very bad really, really, really fast. Mm-hmm. And, I know we've all played Fallout. And let me tell you something. As cool as Fallout is as a game,
I don't want to live in that.
I do not want to live in that, Mayo, okay? I don't want to live in no fucking Fallout world.
No
Fuck all that shit. No wasteland for me, Gunny. I ain't fighting no rad roaches and shit. All right, we ain't doing that. So, let's hope that everything doesn't escalate to anything worse and that everything, eventually settles down and that, the Russian president calms his ass down. I think he got a little high or something, a little drunk one night. He's like, oh, we going there now. And then he fucking went. Now.
Too much of that Russian vodka.
He probably had too much Russian vodka. Yeah, that's the thing here in Portland. We went out to the bars.
Here in the Bay Area.
We went out to the bars the other night, and no one is serving vodka? Russian shit. No, you cannot get any Russian vodka. None of it's Russian, Mayo. No vodka.
I deliver vodka for a living.
Same here in Ohio. I think our governor of Ohio actually had all the places stop to sell any Russian alcohol.
Wow, really? Even the liquor stores and shit?
Yeah, all of Ohio.
So luckily, guys,
because it's supporting the country that everybody's against right now. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying to you. There's more to this than they're trying to shut down Russian economy. They're trying to destroy it. You know what I mean? So that they don't have the money to fight this war.
Yeah.
Yeah, I deliver vodka
or at least they're not using
whiskey.
Other countries' money to fight the war. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. And this is a scary situation. And I feel bad for the Ukrainian people, but I also feel bad for the Russian people that live in Russia that did not want this war. A lot of people always say, well, the Russians they're bad people. No, man, trust me.
It's one stupid person's fucking
one man's
agenda.
decision. Yeah, one man's decision made this happen, and that's the guy at the top. It's not like, even if you think back to World War II and you think of Germany and how they were the bad guys, right? They were the Nazis or whatever, right? A lot of people really weren't racist people back then. A lot of people in Germany weren't fucking outright racist towards Jewish people or people of other nations or whatever. They did kind of just they kind of just went with it because the fucking guy at the top was going with it. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's kind of well, fuck, what do we do? I guess we just go with this shit. I go along with it, I guess.
You got brainwashed by dictatorship.
Yeah. And
it wasn't that long ago. I feel like that Berlin Wall came down.
Exactly.
Was that 80, 89? I don't know.
It was a long time ago now, Gunny.
Well, I mean, I'm talking.
I have listeners that weren't even born yet, Gunny.
Hey, I was a teenager at the time. But hey, guys, right? I just want to say real quickly before we move on is that so I work for a large alcohol distributor. So I deliver a ton of vodkas and whiskeys and stuff. And so from what I know, from what I learned from some of the things is none of those things are Russian. They're all the Smirnoff that I deliver, and I deliver, most of the vodkas. None of them are Russian. So I feel proud to say that, that's all RDNC. That's another distributor in America that, has all those products for Russia. That's all.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about video games.
So shout out to the Ukrainian people for this week. This show is dedicated to you. And shout out to you guys listening. I know there's people listening in the Ukraine, man. We do get downloads in the Ukraine and in Russia. So y'all need to time your shit.
Shout out to the president of Ukraine.
You need to spread the word.
Yeah, if you're in the Ukraine, you should email the president of the Ukraine to broadcast our show live.
To pump up the army.
Hey,
in the entire Ukraine. Just play us on TV 24/7. Start from episode 1. And by the time you get to Captain Hook's Trisky, the Russians might surrender at that point, okay? They're going to be like, God damn it, dude.
We can't listen to it anymore.
We give up.
Everywhere we go, this podcast is playing.
Elon Musk, shout out to him for activating the Starlink.
Yeah, and he's giving them internet. But I'm telling you,
be able to get our podcast now.
You know what? HGP is a solid defense strategy for military action, okay? You fucking blare us on loudspeakers. Put loudspeakers around around the city of Kiev, big loudspeakers, and pump us through those motherfuckers. I'm telling you, by the time you guys get to Trisky, the Russians are going to be like, God damn it, we surrender. Fuck. Let's go back home, guys.
To all the citizens, we are sorry that you had to listen to us, but it works.
It works. It's a solid defense, Gunny. That's what America plans to do. America ever gets invaded. Yeah. There's some psychological warfare going on. Yeah. They tricked the Russians into surrendering. Oh, shit. Anyways, talk about video games this week and what we've been playing. Really just, I have played the game of life, man. I really haven't done much, to be honest with you guys. I haven't gamed at all. It's just, life, like I said, it's just been living life, man, dealing with my car, dealing with girls, dealing with you know what I mean? Just dealing with life, just working and shit.
It gets in the way sometimes. I know I've been on this podcast before over the last, 4 to 5 years now that I've been on, where it's been like work just kicked me in the ass, and then it's, hey, for the weekend and just unwind, right? So it's pinball, fucking arcade on my phone, that's really the only real gaming I ever got in, and and it's fine, right? It's like, hey, that's all I can do. I'm happy, I'm content, with my family, or, we're out doing things, and, we all go through it.
Yeah. So, I just been, just doing my thing, man. I really haven't gamed, and I just haven't touched my console. I haven't touched my PC. I really
it can be a lot also, like, because sometimes you want to play other things. You're like, I want to play this, but you're like, I don't want to just talk about that on the show this week. Like say my situation, like Apex. If I play Apex all week and try to rank up, then nobody wants to hear about Apex.
Me and Ghost Nico give you a hard time about that, Mayo.
Yeah,
he's always playing. Look, he's always playing that. He's probably going to complain about us playing Satisfactory.
Yeah. So it really is a situation where I don't have a desire to play anything. Like, there's nothing I want to play. Not Elden Ring, not Horizon, not anything, man. I'm just done. Like, even the other day, I did try to launch Battlefield for like a match, and it wasn't even fun. I was just like, this is, whatever. Like, I turned it off halfway through the match. I was like, I'm just done. Fuck this.
You're just in a slump, man.
Yeah, like,
sometimes you just gotta kind of jump on and just start playing something, and then you kind of start getting into it. That's what I do every once in a while if I get in a slump or whatever.
And I know
that's what I did this week, actually. So.
And I know this happens to me every so often, where like every so many years, or even sometimes a couple times a year, where like I just get in these lulls or whatever, where I don't wanna game. I just want to be like, fuck it, I'm done with it for a little bit, And then I'll get back to it. Don't worry, guys, I'll come back. Jesus, I'll be back. Right.
Here's the thing, man. Do what you need to do. You know what I mean? Like, whatever you need to do to fucking make yourself feel better or whatever. I think that's what you're going through right now. You don't know what you want right now.
Yeah, no,
you just got to figure that out.
Yeah. So, with that being said, I'll let one of you guys take over what you've been playing. Hopefully, some of you guys have been playing some cool shit. I don't want to hear no fucking Satisfactory. All right, I don't want to hear no fucking Apex. All right.
Fine. You know what?
Okay, fine. Jesus.
Let's talk about
I've been playing Wobbly Life.
Oh God.
So it's great though, guys. No, I'm having so much fun. Listen.
What the fuck what is this?
Look it up, man.
All right.
It's a great game.
You know what? Shut the fuck up, Ryan. Let's talk about Elden Ring right now. We've all been playing Elden Ring.
I got a story. I got the gravity boots.
Did you get the sword?
It was the coolest experience. No, I still haven't gotten the sword. I have another story about the sword too. So, okay. Again, Wobbly Life is this stupid game that I play with my daughter because she laughs her head off watching it. It's kind of like Human Falls Flat kind of style, where it's like you're this wobbly dude. You're this yellow wobbly dude, and you can dress him up however you want, and you use the triggers to use your arms to grab things, and you can carry stuff. Anyways, that's what the game is. It's in this open world. You can wander around and do all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of missions and like jobs and stuff that you can do. It's like GTA for kids, but it's super silly. Anyways, so I'm going, I find this mission at the, what's the place? Planetarium. There's a planetarium. So I go to the planetarium and there's this dude in there and he's like, yeah. You gotta go around the world and find all these telescopes. And each telescope is a different color, and there's going to be a UFO that you got to find in the telescope. And when you find the UFO in the telescope, it's going to beep. And you have to write down or remember or whatever what color coordinated with what number. So you go around the whole world. I grab a helicopter, and I'm flying around this entire world, going to all the places. I get all the numbers. I get back. I'm like, okay, sweet. Put the numbers in. Oh, that was the thing. You had to do it all at night. So it had to be night, and it couldn't be raining. It couldn't be cloudy. It had to be a clear night so that you could see the UFOs. Anyways, that was just part of the game. So I get the numbers, get them all the way back. I get gravity boots. I'm like, sweet. So, because there's been this spaceship the whole time, and it's under construction in the middle of the map. Or off to the side on an island. And I was hoping that getting the gravity boots would let me into that, but I don't know. I think that might be DLC that's coming soon because it didn't work. What the gravity boots did for me, they let me double jump. Yes! So now I can
all that work to double jump?
Now I can get really high.
Helicopter?
What happened with the sword this time, believe it or not, you have to wait until there's a thunderstorm. When there's a thunderstorm, you go to this island and there's a little lake in the middle and an island will pop up with the sword in it. So I finally got a thunderstorm. So I'm running around. I get in the car. I was nowhere near a helicopter and I was freaking out. I'm like, fuck, there's a thunderstorm. I got to get to the island. We got to get the sword. I get in a helicopter finally. I fly over to the island. Just as I'm landing at the lake, the thunderstorm stops. And then I didn't see another thunderstorm again since, and I was like, son of a bitch. So I still haven't gotten the sword.
Wobbly
that's Wobbly Life. I know you wanted to hear about something new, so I thought I would bring Wobbly Life to the table.
You brought something new.
I think Sea of Thieves had a thing where you had to get like struck by lightning. It was like an achievement or something like that.
Oh, yeah, when you're on the ship or something. Yeah.
You know what? That's one game I want to go back to play. Are people still playing
Wobbly
that
Life?
game? No.
I know one of my coworkers still plays it. He still streams it, actually.
Yeah, he does. Shade or whatever his name is.
I played that game with you again,
yeah.
Jesus, man. We always had fun when we played that game.
Yeah, that game was always fun. It's always fun meeting random people and fighting them.
We should load up my my Mayo super ship I have on there, and we can go out cruising in HGP land.
Oh yeah. Don't you have the leveled up ship or something?
Yeah, because my son played it a lot, my oldest one, and then he played on my account, and I just kind of took it over because he kind of quit playing. But I'm like, it's my account anyways. It's my ship.
Were you the one that was playing with us when we met the Pea Soup Bandits?
No, that was before I had joined. Actually, it was like right before I joined.
Like, who the fuck was I playing? Was it you, Ryan, or Gunny?
No,
I wasn't there. I think
Pinpoint was involved in that.
I don't think.
Yeah,
I mean, I wasn't playing at the time, but.
Oh, I think it was Mojo. Maybe it was Mojo. No, Mojo was maybe. That game. I know Penn was probably there, and I know that we were just doing all these quests. We were like going through like the volcano area to get fucking some chest, and we stop at an island, and there was the funniest way we met these dudes was all we see is this guy running out the island. I see Pen's like, there's a guy down there, and he's like, don't go. He's carrying a chest, just fucking running. He's like, wait for me. And then he jumps on our boat, and he's like, oh, hi guys. He's like, nice to meet you.
Hi,
he's
guys.
He's like, thanks for waiting up for me. And we're like, who the fuck are you, dude? Where the fuck is your boat? He's like, oh, I don't know. My crew left me. They're somewhere over there. And like, next thing you know, we met up with this crew, and like, they were super chill. You know, everyone was kind of cool. You know, I thought at first, this guy's gonna set us up and like kill us or something, you know, and take our shit. But no, man, we all kind of just got along, and we were all just cruising along and doing shit for like 3 hours, dude. We were just fucking hanging out with these people on Sea of Thieves, just doing missions and shit. It was cool.
So Pea Soup Bandits, are you talking about Pork Chop Poo?
Yeah, yes. Pork Chop Poo and
shout out to Pork Chop Poo, Hugbot, may he rest in peace.
Yeah, and Hugbot.
And Tio. So I still follow all those guys on Twitch and Twitter, and Pork Chop Poo is one of our Patreons. And yeah, shout out. Great guys, you know, great streamers, very positive vibes, and
they're super chill, man. And like they were telling them, like, oh yeah, they're like, we're streaming right now, because I heard them talking to somebody, like I heard them mention something about like, thanks for the follow, and I was like, are you fucking streaming? They're like, oh yeah, we're live right now, all of us are. And then they go to their fucking channel, they're all streaming fucking Sea of Thieves. And what was really cool, Ryan, was that they were actually streaming it like, each of them had their perspective on the screen, so they would do like OBS where they would split the screen or whatever. And they all, you could see all of them, what each one was doing at any given time or whatever. And it was fucking hilarious, dude. It was awesome meeting those guys.
That was good times, for sure.
Good times.
They were co-streaming.
Yeah.
Good people.
Sea of Thieves is dope, dude. Like, that game is cool.
Yeah,
I don't want to play
it was fun.
Yeah. It's always fun to see, like, some
It's fun with a group.
Yeah.
It's kind of boring when you go out by yourself.
Oh, by yourself is boring as shit, dude. By yourself, it's hard and boring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
We'd probably be so lost. I think they added so much to that game over the last year.
Oh, yeah, dude.
We'd probably be so lost.
Then they had that...
I always wanted to go back and do that Pirates of the Caribbean one.
They added that, right? That's probably still in there.
Yeah.
All that shit, dude.
I never went back to do that.
Yeah,
I think I loaded it up one day, and I was like, I don't even know what to do, and then I just gave up.
They got like all
you probably have to go in with somebody who's already done it.
Yeah, they got all the trading missions now. Like, you can just transport shit from island to island and all that fucking shit. There's so much. You're probably right, man. We'd probably be so lost going back into that shit. But yeah, we should play sometime, guys. Y'all should download it, and we should
one night annex. You know, go in there and just cause some chaos.
Yeah,
sounds like a good time.
Just fucking wreck people, crash into people's boats.
Yeah,
yeah, be nice.
Get drunk.
Stream it.
Boats.
Stream it to the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Or the Discord.
Or the Twitch. We got a Twitch, bro?
Yeah, we got a YouTube too.
Yeah.
Stream it to all of them.
Anybody know the password?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got them all.
Yeah.
As long as Jesus didn't change it.
Yeah, I haven't changed it. I don't think. Maybe. I don't know.
He says maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
All right, what else you guys been playing over there?
I've been playing a little bit of Nobody Saves the World. I got back into that and started playing it. I unlocked that turtle. Mm-hmm. Dude, that turtle is fucking...
Yeah, you messaged me and said he was OP. What's he do?
He's got like a shield, so you can use your ability to put a shield over top of you, so that no one can attack you, and then you can do so much damage and keep building that shield up over and over again. And it's like nothing touches you. You just wander around and just destroy everything. And then you can add whatever other attacks you want, right?
How is it different from like the Knights? Like, I would use the Knight's shield ability with the Archer.
What? I never really used the Knight at all.
Yeah, so the Knight has like this second ability unlock. He has a shield. You just hold down the button and you hold up a shield, and any damage takes away your magic, and you don't take any damage at all. Yeah. And it takes away your magic points. And then when you release the shield, it does all that damage back to the enemies that attacked you. And so right.
And
so like what I would do with that Archer, I would I would pair the poison ability. So when you did any kind of damage to an enemy, it would poison them. And then I would hold that shield when I get into a group and let them all attack me. And then hit the thing where it like knocks them all away. It does like a physical damage. It kind of like knocks everybody away. And then as you release that shield too, it poisons everybody. And then I had a detonate where you could detonate anybody that was poisoned.
Everybody.
And then they just all explode. And that had an AoE. So if somebody even lived from the explosion, the damage of the people beside them exploding would kill the other ones around them. It was just like a massive.
I had a similar build with my turtle where like I could just. The turtle moves around so fast though. It's like he's just bouncing all over the place while you're attacking. So like I feel like he suited my play style. You know what I mean? With that particular character really worked well for me. Whereas I always had issues with the archer. Like I got better with her, but I wasn't very good with her. I didn't like that I couldn't like backing up. I back up a lot. You know what I mean? And backing up with the archer, you always have to make sure you face back the other direction before you start shooting.
You could lock your position you're facing and move, and I always hold that one position. I would lock it, and I would always move that way and just plan on moving that way, So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, shout out to that game because they did such a good job mixing different types of combat. Like the snail with Super Snow, and you had the little tears, but when you put the slime trail down, you move really fast, and
and then you
zigzag,
and everyone gets stuck in it. Yeah,
plays so much different, and it's so.
Have you played the zombie?
No,
the zombie is crazy. His health keeps decreasing unless you're doing damage to somebody.
Oh, that sounds difficult.
So you have to be in a big pack of enemies when you turn into the zombie. So as long as you're doing damage, you keep your health up. But as soon as you stop doing damage, you have to change to another character because he just loses health if there's no.
It would be kind of neat if he couldn't die though, considering he's a zombie.
He's a zombie already.
You know what I mean? Like you could go through and you could do lose health, but once you get down to like 1 HP, it would just stay there. But then it would that'd break the game. You just run around through and fight the bosses at 1 HP and be,
I got that turtle all the way up to an A rank in no time. Like in no time.
I'm really curious what the dragon is. Like, I had the egg.
Yeah, me too.
And I thought about just leveling the egg, just as an experiment, just to play the game.
I finally
level
got
that egg up.
I finally got the egg up to level S because I got all the little spots.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't unlock the dragon for that. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's always like 2 or 3 things pointing to the next character, and you have to get them all to whatever rank.
It like skips. It's like a straight line up from the egg, right?
From the egg, but there's also two on the side that attach to it.
Oh, okay. So you got to unlock all those.
You got to unlock all those all the way up, right?
So it's gonna be the last one. It's gonna be super OP.
Yeah, probably. I hope I make it there. That game just keeps going. Like I can't believe how long it is. I'm like,
how many hours do you think you put into it?
I have no idea, but
I think I stopped probably about 10 or 15. But I think I remember Bill saying
to the top of the map
30 plus.
Oh yeah.
No, I kind of stopped at level like 20. Like I beat the toxic plant and the toxic area where there's like a creature you had to go through.
Down in the bottom of the map. Yeah.
Yeah. I finished all that.
I'm way up in the top of the map now. Like way up in the top. I'm level 38, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, fuck, man. I really enjoy that game a lot, and it's on Game Pass, guys. Like if you like a dungeon crawler, like a top-down or isometric dungeon crawler, go check it out because it was a lot of fun. And don't just stick to one character. Make sure you bounce around and try and learn how to play all the different characters because there's so many of them and they all play really different.
Oh, and
you'll never know what play style suits you. Like I'm saying, like we've been saying, Mayo wanted to play liked playing as the archer. I couldn't stand the archer. Like I really didn't like the archer at all. But the turtle for me was like awesome. I was like, this is cool. And mess around with the stuff you unlock and make sure you're leveling your stuff up because that stuff will really help you. You know what I mean?
Well, you can take those abilities and add them to whatever character you want.
Add them to whatever character you want.
I was using the mermaid quite a bit. I was using the knight. I was using the archer.
Mermaid. Yeah, the mermaid I used a lot once I got her because she was my first swim character. But the turtle can swim too.
Nice.
But yeah, It's on Game Pass, so check it out if you like those kind of games. Nobody Lives Forever. And even the story's good. The music is fucking awesome in that game. I love the music in that game a lot.
You mean Nobody Saves the World? You said Nobody Lives Forever.
I was going to say, that's James Bond.
Yeah.
Nobody Saves
it's
the
all
World.
good. We got it. Nobody Saves the World.
Yes, Nobody Saves the World.
Fucking James Bond over here. Doesn't it sound like James Bond's fucking movie titles?
Now I know what your friend was saying. Now I understand why he doesn't like that Ryan guy.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
I'm kidding.
Other than that, I played the big game this week. But I know Gunny played it too, so I'll let him get into his games. Maybe we'll hold it for a while.
Yeah, you do.
What'd you play? What'd you play?
I played some of that Elden Ring. It doesn't have a baby mode, folks.
It doesn't?
Yeah, no, it doesn't. So what would you say this is, Ryan? Like more open world Dark Souls type game? It's got...
Yeah, I mean...
it's got a little Sekiro, it's Dark Souls, it's, The Witcher, it's
definitely a little easier than
Assassin's Creed, I don't know.
A little more accessible to me, personally, than a Dark Souls is, because I've literally played like 15, 20 minutes of each of the Dark Souls games and noped out of them. Just like straight up.
Very linear. Yeah.
I'm done. I don't want to play this. And this game, I'm liking it so far. And I'm really surprised because I didn't think I was going to. FromSoft games, I see how amazing they are, but they're just not for me. Like, they've always just not been for me. So I was a little skeptical on this, but so many people were saying, oh, this is great, it's so good. And I'm like, this is what they say about all the Dark Souls games, though, and I just never like them. And so far, I'm enjoying this. I like the ability to run away from things. You know what I mean? Like, you run into a situation... Earlier before we started recording, I was playing and I got into a situation where I was like, I walked into this town and I just got swarmed by a bunch of guys and they just destroyed me. And I'm like, what the hell? What happened? I'm like, I don't even know what happened. I attacked a guy and all of a sudden a dude blew a horn and fucking 50 people came in and killed me. And I was like, what the hell? I'm thinking to myself, right? Duh. I'll be safe in this cave. I get in there and I'm like, oh no, there's more guys in here. So I went to turn around and go out. And as I'm about to turn around and go out, some big, huge monster came falling down from the top. And I don't even know what it was. I don't even know. I was gone. I was just like, I'm out of here. Mayo can attest. I was like, no, get me out. Leave me alone.
He was running. He was like, oh, these knights, they're easy. Next thing you know, he's like, okay, that's enough. The game heard me. I'm good on the knights.
Yeah. Yep. Then the knight destroyed me. It was pretty funny. But I think like that's part of what's really cool about this world is you can just kind of wander wherever you want, and random stuff will happen. Like just like the most random things will show up. And I've been enjoying it so far. Like I'm only I played maybe 2 or 3 hours of it before we did the show here. So I don't have a lot of time into it, but and I have seen some scary shit that I ran away from. But so far I've been having a good time with it. So
I think you ought to do this. Is what you need to do, Ryan. You need to start streaming this game right. You need to be like Ludwig, who started the stream at the very beginning of the game and not end your stream until you beat it.
Damn. That guy could stay up for days.
Yeah, I could.
He's been streaming, I think, for like since it came out, and I actually just checked it, and it said he's at the final boss and was going to continue it tonight. So he's taking breaks where he'll run like just like a video in the background while he sleeps, and he'll say sleeping, be back in so many hours.
Yeah.
But the stream has been live since last week, or beginning of the middle of the week, whatever for us. Oh. Last week, whatever. When the game came out, and he's been live this whole time, and that's pretty bold, knowing how hard the game is going to be, and not ever playing it before, just saying, hey, I'm going to stream this game until I beat it, not even knowing if you can or not, you're never necessarily sure you would beat it, but he's actually a pretty good gamer, so
yeah, he's probably, I'm sure he's skilled, so yeah, in my experience, I think I've played about the same amount of time, probably an hour and a half of the game, maybe, but Yes, so far I'm going to say I'm enjoying it. It's, like I know when you first come out of that, from underground or whatever, and then you run into this golden horse guy, whatever, and that guy can fucking one-shot you. But it's kind of like Assassin's Creed, I guess I'd say in that respect, where you can just go around. I know you can crouch. I don't know if you're hidden or, you can kind of walk up quietly if they're facing the other direction.
If you're crouching, they can't. You have to get pretty close before they can see you.
Yeah, and I guess I'm not saying you can do that with Golden Horse guy, but with some enemies you can, right? It could be like an Assassin's Creed thing. You come up behind them, boom, sword to the fucking back, boom, they're done. Certain enemies, but yeah, I don't know all the ins and outs of how am I supposed to even craft the health pots or whatever they're even called, your flasks.
You get them when you go to, you can get them when you go to the
vendor guy.
No, the, what are they called?
I know what you're saying. But either way, I know, you can purchase them, right? I don't know if you...
They refill when you go to the bonfire.
Oh, yeah, like the bonfire, whatever they're calling it in this game.
Yeah, it's something of grace.
Yeah.
I can't remember now.
Damn, now I can't remember what they are, but I will say, so on my first adventure, as I went around, I found this little piece of water and it had these little creatures that didn't do anything but just, release poison and, killed them. I killed a turtle too and got some crafting
Gunny the turtle
stuff.
killer.
I killed the turtle. I just whacked on that thing
Ryan's
10
over here
times
playing
and
turtles.
died.
Gunny's over here killing turtles.
I'm going to make turtle soup. Yeah. So then I found a soldier, whatever guy, and, he was pretty easy to kill and, he swings pretty slowly. Went into this cave full of dogs. I was able to defeat them after 4 times.
Sights of grace. Sights of grace.
Sights of grace. Is that what it is? So I guess that would be like the bonfire, right? So
yes, it's like a bonfire equivalent.
But I will say with the sights of grace, where I came in and then there's that, what is it called? A mist or a fog, do you want to enter this? There's nowhere else to go, right? So you kind of have to go with it. So I come in and there's this enemy and I almost got his health all the way down. And, boom, he killed me, right? Even after my second health flask. So I've done that about probably 8 or 9 times. And I'm like, fuck, I know I can beat this guy. But I guess what's cool about it is, my checkpoint is really not far from there. It's so close, right? Otherwise, I would just rage quit this game.
I've heard this game, almost all the bosses have a sight of grace in front of them.
Yes.
So
love it. That's what I wanted, right? It kind of adds that extra thing for me. That's what I mean about the
game being a little more accessible. You know what I mean? It feels like there's little tweaks to the Dark Souls games that make it a little easier and a little less frustrating for most people,
Yeah, and from what I've seen, where I was watching a streamer where I think I was watching on Saturday where he died, but it was and he did have to, he basically bypassed a lot of the enemies that he already fought. He was like, I already got all those. It's good, but it wasn't as far as as a Dark Souls game, right? It wasn't like, holy shit, we're going to walk and run and jump for 5 minutes, and, to get to where I was. They're spaced out close enough. Very liberal on their checkpoints, I'll call them. So, yeah, and so now I have that choice, right? I could either back out, right? Go watch a YT vid and going, hey, where should I go instead? Or, I'm really close to where I even spawned at. So I think I just want to explore.
That's the point of the game. The point of the game is to explore. And if you get into a situation that you can't handle, run the fuck away from it and come back later.
I could just hightail it out of there and I name my character Crybaby. So and he is he's a warrior, so he's got that, what is it, that Persian, Middle Ages, whatever you want to call it, his clothing, So yeah, kind of like Arabian clothing or whatever. So pretty good character customization. I didn't mess with it too much as far as
character did you pick?
The warrior class.
Warrior class?
Yeah.
I took a weird route and I took the astrologist.
Double swords.
And what was the other thing I took?
I
can't remember now.
Was there a vagabond to the left of that? Was that what it was called? Or was that class? Warrior and
it was a bunch.
There was a bunch of stuff in there. And one of the cool things I think I like about this game is where people can go in, once you're leveling up and you're getting more items, is I'm seeing people with just huge fucking gigantic, swords and mallets, and some are rocking these pretty awesome shields, and you can trade those off in your hand while you're on your steed, once you get your horse or whatever they call it. And I was like, this is awesome, man.
Where you get the horse?
No, I don't know. I just seen streamers, have it. Didn't actually watch them get it, so. Yeah, maybe that's, again, I think I just don't want to YouTube anything yet. Eventually I will. I'll get to a point where I'm like, all right, just point me in the right direction, I've only watched one where it's like, hey, if you're going with that sword and board build, then go here first, and get this upgrade called, no class or something like that.
Yeah,
or no skill. I'm like, okay, well, I didn't go with that build, so.
The impression I get is just kind of so open, you can kind of do it whatever route you want. So it's can be kind of difficult, I feel like, early on, knowing where to go or say, oh, I want to do this kind of build, but knowing what you need because you don't know what all is out there even. So I feel like it could be difficult early on without watching some videos or planning. Can you re-roll it all? Like once you pick your class, are you locked into that class? Like, or does the game give you this option to re-roll your talents or your change of character type or whatever? Like, can you change from warrior or do you have to start completely over?
I'm going to go out on a guess and just say that, once you're with it, right, you're ranking up as a warrior. I think you just have to stick with it. Who knows? Maybe later on in the game you run across something where, you can change that. But no, I don't think so, because let's say, I'm that warrior. Your customization is, hey, I'm a warrior, but I can still have I'm still going to have a staff or something, right? Well, what kind of warrior has a staff, but you can, right? You can go and just have a two-handed staff, and go with that. And level up that
kind of
way.
Open, like where some games where you would choose your class and they would have perks, but you wouldn't be limited to your build. Like you want to build a certain way, even though you're a warrior, you could build that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe it kind of sounds like it's something like that.
Yeah. So I'm interested to find out, what more I can do, and do I want to stick with this, this type of warrior with just the two swords, or, eventually do I want to go in like, get a shield, and what kind of shield am I going to get? Small, medium, large? Am I going to stick with that? Or, and how does that affect basically my evade, Does that affect it in any way? Because that does take up stamina, right? Each time you're rolling, so yeah. But so far, so good. I haven't given up yet, I'm still whacking away at this guy that's down this cave. So I feel like I can beat him. Eventually I will. I'll get him.
I thought about getting this game, with Ryan and I talked about this before the show, and I thought about picking this up on PC, and then I watched this video from Digital Foundry talking about it, and some of the problems it has on PC. So and even Digital Foundry kind of even recommended you buy it on console, and they're like it actually plays best on the PS5, and then then the Xbox. They're like, look, it has a lot of PC issues, and it's not like because the PC can't do it. It's just poorly optimized for the PC. One of the things they locked it at 60 frames. Which is disappointing because I've not seen a new game in a long time on PC locked at 60 frames. Even if you have a more than capable card, I guess they're having problems with frame dips and a lot of stuttering real bad. But even no ultra wide support, so they just not supporting all the resolutions out there, not doing different things. It's kind of disappointing on the PC end. So they were recommending getting a console. So maybe if I do pick this up, maybe I will get it on Xbox, play it on my OLED in the living room. It does feel kind of like a game I can just sit back on the couch and play on the OLED. So maybe I'll get it on the Xbox and fire it up that way, because I am intrigued. I do feel like I want to play it. I haven't played a Souls-like game. I know they're difficult. I have a lot of friends at work that love it. They just absolutely love them. And I don't mind a difficult game. I don't mind fighting a boss over and over and over and over until you find the patterns, and then you get that satisfying victory. You're like, finally, after you're trying to beat it all night or whatever. So I don't mind that. So I feel like I'd enjoy it.
Yeah, if you're into the Assassin's Creed and The Witcher, it's. And again, I think it's for
which Assassin's
RPG.
Creed are you talking about?
I'm thinking Valhalla. I don't know. I'm just the one that the latest one that came out, top of my head here.
Not old Assassin's Creed, people. New Assassin's
No, you're not climbing on shit. You're not climbing ladders and tops of buildings. You will get fucking whacked off.
Am I diving off the top of a building into a haystack?
Yeah. You will die quickly if you even fall.
You can do that in Jesus?
What?
Wobbly Life.
Oh, he's sold.
That'll get you back into gaming. Yeah.
Next week, Jesus is going to be like, I played Wobbly Life, guys. I'm back.
And me and Ryan are playing Elden Ring on Xbox, and I am playing on the Xbox Series S in performance mode, 60 FPS. Is it 60 or 120? I can't remember. I don't know what my TV is displaying.
TV doesn't do 120.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's probably only 60 because, like I said, the PCs have been locked at 60, so I don't think they would support 120 on a console.
Yeah.
No, but you can get variable. I think it has variable refresh rate.
I believe so. Yeah,
it does on the Xbox. It does on the Xbox Series X.
Yeah, they said they don't have it,
but not on PS5 apparently.
Yeah, they don't have it on the PC either. Like, you can't do the variable refresh rate.
But you were right that it runs at a higher resolution and better frame rate on PS5 slightly.
Oh, better resolution.
Yeah, there you go, Jesus. PS5. Best place to play.
Slightly, Jesus. Slightly.
I think they've always had a really good relationship with PlayStation, right? Didn't they always have a really good relationship with PlayStation? Was it they had that one Souls? Was it Dark Souls or Demon Souls? One of those
remake.
And then now the games before were all
I guess it's remake.
Bloodborne was all PS4 and
Or
I remember when I watched that Digital Foundry review, they were talking about all their previous games and how when they ported them to PC, they were getting better and better and better. Then when Sekiro came out, they were like, okay, they're doing really good on the PC now. And they said when this came out, it's the same thing as Sekiro. They just kind of capped there. They didn't, unlock those frames and different things.
Add any more bells and whistles.
Just some things that they should. And they even said the graphic settings never changed much. They said they went from like low to like ultra, and it would only change it by like 3 frames on like a lower end GPU. Like they were using like a 20 series GPU instead of like the high end brand new ones, and they were running it at 4K. And they said basically you would only change like 3 to 5 frames going from low to max settings on different stuff.
Hey,
and they just said,
why are you talking shit about my GPU, bro?
No, well, I'm saying the same GPU to Jesus.
Calling my shit about hobo, it. Calling my shit hobo and low setting. What the fuck, bro?
Right?
My GPU is low and all of a sudden? Huh?
I almost bought one today.
Jesus, how long have you owned that GPU?
A year.
It's hobo.
It's been more than a year.
It's
been more than a year.
I'm old. I'm sub hobo. I got a 1070.
Yeah, you're super hobo.
Me too.
Super sub hobo.
He's like back in like Xbox.
Yeah.
360 era.
Yeah, you're
in
360 times, bro. Okay, what the
okay. Hey, we're at like at Xbox One launch.
Yeah, we're like at launch Xbox One.
Like 2013 Xbox One. No, I'm kidding.
And 60 era.
Big VCR Xbox One.
That's what I'm talking about.
So yeah, I think I would maybe play this. I wonder how it's going to play with Xbox.
If y'all looking for a PC,
yeah, I'm curious about that too.
If y'all looking for a PC, go to Costco. I am sending me a picture of his Costco, and they had a PC Mayo pre-built with an i7 in it. I think it was like a 12,700K or whatever the fuck. And then it was a 3080 Ti with 12 gigs of RAM on the video card. I believe the RAM on the PC itself was maybe 16. And then it had I think it was a 1 terabyte NVMe drive in it. And it came with the mouse. It just said mouse and keyboard included. I don't know what kind. But it was all for like $2,900.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Right. It's pretty good. I think for a pre-build, I mean, you got to consider, Mayo, that right now, those fucking parts are like impossible to get, dude.
Oh, yeah. I was just telling Ryan, I went to Microsoft. I got out of work early today. And I was like, I had the Camaro out. And I'm like, I'm going to cruise a little bit before his sun was out. And I went to Micro Center this morning at like 10 o'clock this morning. And they had about 15 NVIDIA GPUs there. And they had 3080 Ti's. And I almost picked one up. I couldn't really justify the price to upgrade. No. So they had two different models. One was $1,850 and the other was $1,899. And I just could not justify going from a 2080 Super to a 3080 Ti and basically spend $2,000 after tax.
Not when we know that like the next series of cards are almost
and out. That they're right around the corner.
40,
so it's
4060s are
they're out. Literally like this summertime we're gonna be talking about the 40 series,
and then they're gonna be impossible to find. Yeah. Then you're gonna find the 30 series.
And then you're gonna find 30 series. Maybe. Everyone's gonna be selling their used 30 series or whatever
for like half the price.
Yeah, for $400. Here you go.
Used.
Fucking 2080s and shit will be going for like fucking $200 or something, you know?
Right.
Time for me and Ryan to upgrade to the 2080s.
If we can find them. Gunny.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mayo, like it's expensive, dude, for like, you know, that's just for the graphics card. Now think about it. This one in Costco had one of those in it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like another $900 for the case,
CPU,
the case, cooler,
CPU,
RAM,
and everything. Yeah,
that's probably about right. I mean, you start adding those up. You think you're gonna have $300 or $400 in the CPU?
What are we talking? 3,200 out the door?
No, it was. IAMS showed me the PC price. It was $2,899, dude.
Okay, so
probably tax,
3,100
maybe $3,000
out the door.
Yeah,
California tax.
Oh yeah, you don't have tax out there.
I forget. Sorry, guys.
I'm gonna get it.
Just tell them you're an Oregon resident, dude. Like, make a fake Oregon ID. Tell them you don't want to be taxed. Tell them, by law.
In Canada?
I'm going to have it shipped to your house.
By law, I don't want to be taxed. It used to be that in like, because, you know, here in Oregon, we're like right across, you know, in Portland, right across from the bridge is Vancouver, Washington. And used to be where you can go over to Vancouver and like if you were at a store in Vancouver, you could show them your Oregon ID and they would honor it. They wouldn't tax you. They would legit like honor the no sales tax shit because you were an Oregon resident. They don't do that shit no more.
Yeah. They're like, get out of here. Go back to Vancouver.
Go back over there. But see, now the thing what people do, people that live in Vancouver just come down here and buy their shit.
Yeah. Right.
You know,
that makes sense.
That's what they do. In Oregon, they come down. Everything is like you said, the no tax, but the alcohol is heavily taxed. So they come here to California to buy it.
Yeah. Yeah. Vancouver also has really cheap alcohol. Like Washington State has really cheap alcohol, so you can just go to Vancouver, get alcohol, come back. Yeah, because Oregon alcohol is taxed. Like it's not taxed, but like it's the price is higher than normal.
Still expensive.
Yeah. But yeah, man, go tell them you're an Oregon resident. Make a fake state ID from Oregon. I'm telling you to forge legal documents on this podcast.
You know, it's a no-win situation, Jesus. Even if I had it like said, hey, let's go up there, let's go to Costco, I'd get it. But then I'm thinking, damn, like how much would I pay in gas prices? I'd have to get, you know, no-win situation. I'd either just have to buy it. I wouldn't mind doing that though. Give me a pre-build at this point. Remember, Kyle, my son tried it. He did it, and then he didn't like it. But that was more of a Razer laptop situation. Yeah, that was $3,000.
Yeah, that was a laptop, though.
Tell him go get that Costco computer with his $3,000.
Wasn't that the 3060 or something? Or I can't remember what kind of GPU it had in it. But
yeah, but it's a laptop, man.
Yeah, he didn't want it. He's like, no, desktop. Get rid of this fucking thing. So that was like, put $3,000 back into our account, but.
Yeah.
What can you do?
What else you guys been playing over there?
That's it for me.
You know what? I was going to say, I just been instead of like getting more PC parts or this or that, I've just been spending money on games, you know? Mm-hmm. So something to consider. I always think about that. I'm like, oh, wait, if I do this, then I can't get that. You know, even though I saw Xbox Series S's that are still on sale at Amazon, I was like, oh, I can get one for the house. I'm like, wait a minute. Nope, I got to save money for video games.
No, don't buy another S. Buy an X.
I know. That's what I would want. I want the X or a PS5. Yeah.
But yeah, if you see an X or a PS5, then it's worth it. But don't buy another S.
I'd be in the same situation, right? Where I'd go up to the house. I'd want to just be able to just fucking play it. You know what I mean? I'd want to be able to get up there, download it as quick as possible, not have to deal with the
if you buy an X, keep it at your house where you're at, and take the S up to the other house.
That's the plan. That's the plan. Yeah, and then get a PS5. I'll be set, man. And then, you know, eventually, you know, I'll upgrade the computer. For right now, it serves my purpose. I'm happy with it. You know, it's got that little SSD in it for a gig, and
speaking of
the
PS5,
1070 Ti is still rocking pretty hard.
Speaking of PS5, I got rid of my PS5.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Do you have a PS4 Pro at all?
Yeah, there's one in the house. We don't use it. It's in my brother's room. He's the PS4 still. The Pro still here. I just don't game, dude. I don't fucking turn it. My S is sitting there.
Sell your shit,
but, dude.
I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna sell it all.
The one thing that you can't fucking replace right now. You sold.
I bet you I'll replace it eventually.
Eventually, yeah.
Eventually, but, I mean, do I need it right now? Listen.
Did you make money on it? Did you make money on it?
Horizon
no,
game.
I didn't make money on it, but
I can buy it. I'll buy the Horizon game.
Whatever. How did you not make money on selling a PS5, man?
Because it's old. It's used. People don't want to use PS5s.
You can't find one. You could have put that on the fucking marketplace for like
I see them on my marketplace here in Ohio for the price of a new one for a used one.
Whatever. Fuck you guys.
You should have sent it to me, Jesus, and I could have sold it.
You got scammed. You got scammed, Jesus. All over your little.
I didn't get scammed.
You got scammed.
I did. You got scammed.
I did because I didn't buy your PS5 off you.
I didn't buy it either. Yeah.
You got scammed.
I thought about it. I'm like,
really but yeah, I got rid of it. No, like, I just wasn't using it. I don't really want to play it, and I was like, whatever, man. I don't want it. Whatever. And then I'll get a new one later. I don't fucking care. I'll buy another one eventually. Just like the Switch. I've owned 3 of those fucking things.
But you can find them.
You're not buying the new Pokemon game?
But when I bought my Switch...
You can go to the store and buy one right now.
But remember when I got my last Switch, I couldn't find one for like ever?
Well, that's the same with me. When you could not find them, I found one in the wild, so I bought it instantly. I'm like, I don't know if I want it.
Yeah,
now I don't play it a whole lot.
My Switch on day one, I walked into Walmart and I was like, you got that? All right, I'll take it.
I guarantee PS5s will become more available eventually. I don't fucking care.
No, eventually.
Listen, all I have to do, if I really want one, I'll just hit up Bill Garner, dude. That dude has like some fucking magic power.
He's got like 5 of them.
Yeah, he's got like he's a scalper. He's got like some bot or something.
I guess he lives right near you too, right?
Yeah, I'll just ask Bill Garner and I'll be like, yo, bro, give me a PS5 and I'll pick it up.
Well, there you go. I think you just got one coming in, I think he just posted it on Facebook.
He literally has one shipping right now to his house. So it's like, I just call him, dude. Be like, yo, Bill.
That's true.
Next time, I want a PS5.
That close to you.
I want a PS5 next time you get one. Okay, I'll have one in 2 weeks.
Yeah, the next question is, will you get a good deal on it or not?
Oh, well, he ripped me off.
No.
What if he sold me
that Patreon money back? $700.
Sells you a PS5 box.
He sells me a box with nothing in it.
Right. It's got a brick in it.
He fucking closes the door on me, just fucking hides in his house. I know where he lives.
No money back guarantee.
I know where he lives. I'll burn his fucking house down. Don't do that shit to me, man.
You're a PS5, motherfucker.
Hey, man, he's the first Patreon. You can't do that.
And
he's got the biggest D.
See, that's why I trust him. You guys need PS5s. I know a guy. Okay, I know a guy if you need him. Okay, I know a guy. He's here in Oregon.
You just got paper shipping.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, but I think next though, for real though, I think the next console I want to get is an Xbox.
Series X? I thought you have an S, right?
You have an S.
I have an S. I really want an X though. I feel like I would enjoy it more in terms of gaming. I feel like there's more of my old friends on the X or on the Xbox, I guess.
But you still have.
But I still have all my friends. But I don't talk to them. But I could talk to them on the Xbox though.
Because you probably have a better time finding an X than a. Doesn't he have an X too?
Yeah, he does.
Or did he get rid of it?
Yeah, he does.
He does. He has one of those coming too.
Yeah. See, told you this guy has everything. So I don't.
So just tell him you want it.
Maybe. Maybe we'll see. I mean, I was thinking about it because man, PS5 really though in the last year that I've owned it, they delivered some cool experiences. The coolest one being for me was Ratchet and Clank. But other than that, man, like it's like there's nothing for it, like what's going on here?
Yeah, I mean, you could have had Horizon
right
Zero
now.
Dawn right now.
Yeah, but Horizon's also on PS4.
It is.
So like,
yeah, good for me.
You know what I mean?
Everything else going forward.
Yeah, exactly.
How's it feel to be about generations?
Yeah, so like these new generations, everything going forward is like
How's it feel, Sony?
Yeah,
to be about generations.
It's really weird, and I don't know. I think they're going to have to ramp up production for the PS5. I don't fucking know. We'll see, man.
Or figure something out.
It'll happen eventually, but I mean, it's not.
They'll be available more by the end of this year. I feel like more and more people, most people that have wanted one.
Into next summer or spring, I think, is when you'll start seeing more.
I think people that have wanted a PS5 have already got one, either through a scalper or fought the bots or something. I feel most people have, if they really wanted one.
Yeah, I mean, like me, like my situation, like I want a PS5, but I'm not like wanting to go out and pay a bunch extra or something like that. Or if I just happen to find it, I find it, but I'm not like hardcore looking. Like you said, Jesus, there's only a certain amount of games I want to play in there. Horizon, I would probably play. Jack and Dexter, I'd probably play. Those exclusive games I can't
God
get
of
anywhere
War
else.
when it comes out.
Yeah. Like I said, just when that one comes out, that one's coming out a couple year from now, probably.
Gran Turismo comes out next week or something.
I don't think I wouldn't even play Turismo.
Like in a few days.
Turismo's boring, man.
Yeah.
Like Forza.
I agree. I like Forza Horizon so much
Forza
better.
Horizon is fun. Motorsport is okay. I'll do motorsport every once in a while, but Turismo is just boring, dude.
Yeah. I find it kind of funny. Like a lot of people I work with will talk about Forza and Turismo, and they're like, "Oh, Turismo is so much better, and Forza is so boring." I'm like, "What do you mean it's boring?" And they all associate Forza Motorsport with Forza in general. And then I told a couple people about it. I'm like, "Look, Forza Horizon is a completely different game. It's an arcade racer. It's more like an open world Need for Speed.
More like Need for Speed."
And they're like, "Oh, they are?" And I've had a couple of friends pick it up, and they're like, "I love the shit out of this game. Like, this game's amazing." And I'm like, "Yeah, there's two different Forzas. There's the simulation Forza, which I do not like myself at all, and
because
then you have
Forza
the
Motorsport is more like Gran Turismo.
Right.
It's more simulation. It's more what Gran Turismo is.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Horizon is more your Need for Speedy, arcadey, fun, driving around in an open world, Burnout Paradise kind of racing.
Running over whatever you want to run over and get points for it. Like, you go off the road.
But there's a market. It's a very niche market, I feel, for Forza Motorsport, which, I really liked. I think 7 was my favorite. For some reason, like 5 and 6 just didn't feel right. I don't know why. Maybe it was just the way the frame rate, I'm not even sure, the way the cars handled it. I feel like they phoned them in a little bit. But I feel like when 7 came out and then they put out like, what would you even call it? Almost like a demo on the Xbox store. It was on the store before there was even a launcher. And I even ended up buying like a car pack for it, because it was kind of my first experience on, a PC playing that Forza 7. I think it was called Apex. And I was like, wow, look at the frames on this thing. It's amazing. I was really enjoying that. And I'll say for Gran Turismo, it's pretty much fucking Forza Motorsport. They're both 50-50. They're the same thing,
And the one that's kind of weird you never hear talk about is, I didn't know much about it, is iRacing. That's a PC one. And that, I guess that's like the kind of the cream of the crop in terms of simulation. Like it's supposed to be really hardcore, but I looked into it the other day and it's actually got a subscription. You got to pay monthly.
Yeah, it's $10 a month. You can't buy it. So I never plunged and took it. It's more, what would you say? It's more NASCAR, right?
Yeah, well,
it's good. I watched the competitions.
Like that. Yeah, it's like NASCAR, Formula One, and they can actually set up teams on there. Like you can be part of teams on there and do race teams, and like there's leagues and everything else. And
there's hardcore players in that.
iRacing
car setups.
It says iRacing announced in 2009 a 5-year deal with NASCAR, and then in 2015 NASCAR renewed that deal for 6 more years. And then on top of that, they announced like you can form NASCAR teams and shit and race in NASCAR races.
Yeah, if you guys remember when the pandemic hit, I think that's when you even saw some, pro NASCAR players playing iRacing.
Playing on it, right.
That really boosted the numbers up. I was watching the I was like, it's kind of cool.
It says it only allows for like realistic cockpit racing. Like the view is only a realistic cockpit. That's the only view you get.
Yeah. It's very simulation, it's real hardcore.
They say you can have other views if you're a spectator or if you're a announcer or something in the game. But other than that, yeah.
That's good. You can be an announcer. Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah, there's people out there on Twitch I saw, and they're either want to be announcers or they are It's like it's pretty much like to me it's like Call of Duty. Like that's the only game you're gonna fucking play right there, iRacing.
Yeah.
It's something I feel like in games isn't tapped into for a lot anymore. You've seen it a couple times. Remember, was it like the Darwin Project or something like that, where you could be like the show director?
Yeah,
and you could handle different things.
That was kind of cool.
You don't really see that in the games that often. Resident Evil, that one mode that came with Village.
And I haven't played it.
It came with my Resident Evil, and I never played it. But something where you can be a director is kind of neat when you're playing multiplayer games and. I just don't know if there's one that's grabbed me, but I do like the idea of it, and being a director or like an announcer for a race and a racing game, it would be kind of a neat concept. It'd be boring
especially in a game like this where every player is actually playing like real competitively,
You'd have to want to do it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like to be the
Yeah,
but then again,
just go in and be like, "Oh, you pick last, and you get left with being the announcer job."
like I don't know, man. It would be cool, but sometimes you got to be into this shit, right? Like, because I watched like, what do you mean, like tournaments for like League of Legends and shit on Twitch, and I'm like, this goddamn shit is so fucking boring. And the guy's like, "Oh my god, is he doing what I think he's doing?" Yeah. Oh wow!
I know.
Well, he pulled it off. Oh, like really, like it's not that exciting, bro. Calm down. Like, fuck, it's just
same thing I do with iRacing, where I'm like, okay, the car's it's still making a left. It's still turning left.
Oh my god, that guy just pulled. Gunny just did it. Wow, Gunny just pulled it off right there.
We're gonna be talking about this.
I can't believe it.
What a strategy! Wow,
replay where I go around the corner.
Can you believe it, Jesus?
Making a left turn.
Mayo has been training for this moment this whole time, and Gunny just overtook him just like that. Wow,
all
Mayo.
That money I put in that Camaro.
He just spun out
and then W, and all that Mayo just blew up.
I'm out there driving around on the block, going 130 mile an hour practicing, and then
Gunny just did it with the Jeep.
Blows by him.
He put it in 4-wheel drive and.
Gunny just went across the track. He's driving on the grass.
He's doing mud runner over there.
Is this even legal?
Practice.
Is this even legal right now? Holy shit, we think it's legal. Nobody is stopping him. Gunny just won the race.
Bottle of bullet bourbon in his hand out the window.
He's doing donuts in the parking lot.
Speaking of that, guys, the next game I played here on Xbox was that Nier Automata Become Gods edition. Now, I played this on PC back in the day, and the only reason I played it on here was just to get my Microsoft Rewards points. But you have to play up to a certain point to get, a save, because that's the Square Enix way of some games. But it's fun. I think that first 45 minutes, Ryan, is always a blast to play. It's very exciting, and it's first person, it's third person. It's almost like, it's got this like different perspectives, right? Of like, hey, this is almost like an arcade shooter, but I think most of the time it's like almost like that top down, or it's side scrolling. type combat with with a sword, and yeah, it's really good. I like it. I think the first 45 minutes is a blast. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I've always only made it up to where you kind of meet up on whatever sanctuary, whatever it's called in the game, and it's got different vendors and people you talk to, and I've never really made it much past that. So will I ever make it past that? I have no idea. I think I was telling Iams a few years ago, I was like, I don't know where to go next, I have no idea what to do and what door to go in, and a little lost on that. But one of the things I did do was I knocked it all the way down to baby mode. And it was definitely a lot easier for, playing in the beginning of this game where you're coming across with these things just fucking grinding and these huge fucking fucking Voltron Decepticons coming at you, these huge mechs. And yeah, I didn't die once, man. I made it all the way through.
This is auto shoot on. Once in baby mode.
Isn't this the game that you have to play 3 times to get the real ending or something?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I have yet to make it past the part when you get down to, basically you get down to Earth, and that's where you do a lot of the fighting, because the mechs have taken over, the aliens, and they take over machines, man. And they already fucked the Earth up. So it's your job to take Earth back.
Are they aliens or are they mechs? What are they?
They're basically aliens that have created these mechs, almost like a Terminator situation. And so it's
just aliens that create robots that come kill people on Earth?
Yes, that's right. So then it's your job to go kill those.
Why is there nobody else? Are you by yourself?
No, so I think what it is, so you play as also like a really, anime type, human looking character. And there's also another female character in there who's pretty hot. It almost reminds me of, what's that character, with the really long hair, that game that they were going to come out with a sequel. Somebody knows what I'm talking about, where she goes to, Bayonetta. Thank you. But a lot better looking, I think. And
somebody knew. Thank God, Ryan. Yeah, the one character with the really long hair. What the fuck, Gunny? What kind of description is that?
Well, she wears her hair right away what I was talking about. Jesus, she has really long hair. I knew exactly. It's like
one of the only other games where she's got hair way down to her fucking knees.
Gunny during a bank robbery. So did you see the suspect? Yeah, it was a guy. He was wearing a shirt. Long hair. He was wearing a shirt. Someone will recognize him. Someone will know who I'm talking about. Fucking.
It feels like just a really awesome
shoes on
90s fucking anime show that you're watching, and playing at the same time.
Okay.
So yeah, I really like that. I think that's something I can just keep replaying over and over. But eventually, I should just continue after that, to kind of explore more and fucking fuck up these robots that are killing my world. But I think your consciousness, once you die, your consciousness almost starts over again, and you start from, a base on the moon or another, fucking space thing or whatever, where you're teleported back down to Earth to fight more fucking machines, man. But yeah, other than that, besides that, a game I've been playing on PC, I bought it a couple weeks ago on a sale and just finally got around to playing it, called Space Haven. It was like $12 on Steam, and not sure how far I'm going to make in this game. It's more, it's a simulation, Mayo. You start off with 4 players, and I haven't watched any videos. I've just kind of watched random streams over the last year to say, hey, this looks cool. This is something I want to play. But yeah, I've kind of named my 4 characters here, and so you've got Leahy, you've got Ghost Nico, and the Mayo, and then I'm called Buddy. So you guys are in good hands, right? I'm the captain of the ship here. But yeah, so it just kind of felt light tutorials, I feel, where where it's telling me, it kind of starts out, you got the ship, and it's got the kind of the basics that are on it, like on these grids or whatever. But it's saying hey, build a kitchen because people got to eat, and build air purifiers. So those got to be on the walls of the ship, right, to let the air out, and thermal generators so people don't freeze to death. Build some beds. People got to rest.
What game is this?
Space Haven. Yeah, check this out, Jesus. This might be something,
It
possibly.
sounds like a Jesus game.
I think it is. It's like, what is the game that we like to play, Jesus? I can't think of the name of. I haven't played it in a while.
Skylines, Evil Genius.
No, it's the other simulation with, where we fucking like, oh my God, it escapes me now, but
what are you
I haven't
doing
played it. Yeah, and, but either way. So you can, I think as you're traveling through space, I don't know if you are traveling through space.
I don't think he heard you, Jesus.
What did you say? What did you say?
I said like explain the game that you want to that we play. I don't know. What do you mean?
It's on the fucking like frozen tundra.
Frostpunk?
Yes, just like Frostpunk. So it does have that where it's got the you can speed time up or slow time down. Kind of like when they go to sleep, right? You want to speed the time up. So instead of watching them fucking sleep, right? You want to go to day 2 to day 3 faster. So where they get up and then they can go on about their daily tasks. And so, yeah, so check it out. So I built it says, hey, they're going to need a restroom. So they're not just crapping on the floor. I'm like, that makes sense because my first night, they just kind of laid down on the spaceship floor in the engine room. Poof, like we're tired. We're going to sleep.
It looks pretty cool.
Right.
I might check this out. It looks kind of neat.
I think one of the things that's cool is I can't wait to get to the part where you can board other ships and it may or may not have aliens and your crew will dispatch these fucking aliens and take the shit from that ship, man. You're like a fucking pirate, I think.
Oh, you're a space
but not
pirate?
real. Yeah. I don't know if it's like that or...
Yeah,
and it's not like real-time multiplayer. I could be wrong on any of the multiplayer aspects of it, but one of the things that's funny is I was telling Ghost Nico today, I'm like, all right, so I built a restroom, and you can build you basically put 4 walls up, and then you put a door, for the restroom. But oh no, Mayo over here, who was playing Alice over here, but your name is Mayo, Jesus, and when you go to use the shitter, there's no, you got 2 doors or 2 walls and no door. Yeah. So yeah, it was kind of awkward where it's just showing the fucking player just sitting on the throne. And it's like, all right, I guess you're not happy because it even shows your status as your mood is not very good.
You know what game?
You got to crap in front of everybody.
You're speaking of this game. You know what game I want to play again? It's Evil Genius. They've done so much updates to that game.
That's on Game Pass now, right?
Yeah, that is on Game Pass. I got a little confused with that game.
Really?
I got a good save in there for a couple hour save. Yeah, exactly like that, because you're building on you can build onto your ship, make it larger and build more shit to it.
Yeah, I got an
Evil Genius.
I got an Evil Genius. I got to the part where you built some kind of super weapon in the volcano part of the fucking base or whatever. You build some super weapon that can blow up the world or something, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna build this shit. And then I built it, and then I don't know. A bunch of shit happened, and then, I don't know, I gotta go back into it.
Yeah, that's a game I want to go back into, too. I think the building part was a little bit of a learning curve, but I figured it out without watching any tutorials or videos.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what you kind of have to do or should do. What I recommend if you're going to go play Evil Genius. Because I just went and did it. I'm like, oh, okay, I see how you can do it with a controller.
I kind of was
watching somebody on PC.
I was stuck in one part of that mesh. I was playing as the guy who looks like Gru or whatever from the other Minion show or whatever. But I was playing as him, and there's a part on his mission where it was telling me to do something, and I completely didn't realize that what my objective was. So I wasn't progressing. I couldn't level up. I couldn't build more. I was at a cap. I couldn't expand my base or whatever. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then finally I realized what the hell I did wrong. And once I was able to build the new stuff and complete the task, I was like, oh, now you can build a second floor, a subfloor, you can build a super weapon or whatever. You can build more fucking different types of characters or whatever. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and it'll show you in there. it's not so much in your face, but I think I just left the pop-up on, which kind of shows me where, what my objectives are, or what I should do next.
Yeah.
What they suggest. So that's all there in this game, Space Haven. So
Cool.
something
I'll check it out. How much is it?
Of. I don't know how much it is now.
Okay, you just played this like
there's a game too. I just happened to think about it when you guys were talking about it. It's similar. I'm hearing some good things about it. It's called Diplomacy is Not an Option. It's on Steam. There's a demo, and it's kind of like They Are Billions, where you build your castle and there's like tons of enemies. It looks really fun actually on the video. I'm watching the videos right now on Steam, and the little enemies are flying everywhere. Like you're dropping catapult rocks on them and they're like flying, and then you have like lasers eventually. Maybe you can upgrade to like lasers, and people's bodies are flying. And it has those graphics kind of like tabs, like the battle simulator games, kind of voxel type graphics.
I'm buying this. I'm playing this right now.
It looks pretty good actually. It's like what, $25?
You got me back into gaming, Mayo.
$23 for
Now he's gonna regret selling his PS5.
No, I'm gonna regret selling my PS5. Now I'm gonna want another PS5.
And Bill's going to make some extra money.
Bill's going to be sending you one.
Bill's like, oh yeah, I'm going to make all the money off of Jesus.
You're welcome, Bill.
Is that who you sold your PS5 to, Jesus?
I sold it to him. Buying it back for more money.
But no, this looks pretty good. I might even pick this up myself, actually, because it looks pretty fun.
I'm buying it right now, actually. We should Steam share so you can just play it or off of mine if you want.
Yeah, there you go.
Be a little.
You got anything else over Gunny?
No, that is all. Yeah, it looks like this game came out in May of 2020, so it's a little bit older.
Cool.
Not too bad though.
Okay, well, you know what time it is, Ryan.
Well, let me throw in there where I've been playing real quick, just for you, Jesus.
I forgot you didn't go yet.
Yeah.
Apex.
I've been playing Apex for you, Jesus. No.
You got your battle pass going. You're good to go.
I have been playing.
Should I get back into Apex? Should I be the Apex guy again?
The arenas is fun, and so is that control dominance, whatever you want to call it, has grown on me.
I was originally the Apex guy, Mayo, and
you was.
Yeah, I was really into that game, and I fell off of it hard. Should I get into it? And
I'm still not into the battle royale. Like, it's not bad.
Should I buy all the champions? Do I need all the champions to compete?
I have them all. You don't need them all. I mean, I have them all. I bought that pack when they had it on sale. It was like $20, and it gave you every champion or something like that. But they got some new ones. They got some new looking skins that are kind of cool. But I mean, I don't know. I'm enjoying the arenas. I like that quick 3 versus 3. Playing ranked. Even though I'm like in ranked matchmaking hell still, I can't get out of where I'm at, and it just. I take 10 steps forward and 30 steps backwards, it seems like I play, so it's like sometimes playing with randoms can be really frustrating. But no, I mean, I did play that this week, but I did feel like, I need to get out of this Apex, like constantly play addiction, So I went ahead and fired up Cyberpunk again. I'm like, you know what? They got this update. I'm going to fire Cyberpunk up. This time around, I actually
holy shit. Cyberpunk?
Yes.
Oh my!
So I did.
You know what? There's a hot fix for PC.
I've been wanting to play it. I've been wanting to play it. Mayo, tell me,
characters.
Mayo, tell me it's great. Tell me it's amazing.
So far, I've had a great time. I started over from the beginning. I'm actually running this on my 1080p 280 hertz monitor. So I turned everything on. I turned ray tracing on. I think I put DLSS to like balanced and all that kind of stuff. And I'm getting about 100 frames on 1080p. With the game cranked up relatively well. Haven't had any major glitches. I haven't had any major issues of any kind so far. I did, since I started over, I went with the corporal route, and I did not do that last time. I did the street kid kind of thing. And I was kind of disappointed, like how it just kind of felt like it was just kind of like a little, just kind of throw you in there. It's like, oh, you're this corporal kid, and then you talk to this guy, and he sends you over here, and next thing you know, you're doing the same mission that you do as the street kid. And it just felt like it was so out of the blue. You're like, oh, now you're doing this, and everything was exactly familiar then at that point,
Should I restart that game?
I know you really enjoyed it.
I put 80 hours into that fucker.
Yeah, I mean, did you play all 3 classes? I mean, do you feel like you would like going back through it and building a new type of character?
Maybe.
Because I just went with an assault type character this time. I put all my points so far in my gun handling and health and stuff like that. So I remember there was something I had to do there's like those cameras that had the infrared thing where it would like burn you. You had to turn something on so that wouldn't happen. It'd overheat you or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was or what skill tree it was under, but yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying it. I got to the point where a certain person dies. I mean, obviously, I guess I don't want to spoil it because there is probably a lot of new people playing this game now. I have talked to people at work. Some more console players play it, and I go, Ryan, you gave it a try and stuff. I know you didn't like it, but I feel like more people are
but I don't,
more playing
I don't
it again.
like it. Yeah.
But yeah,
Then
I'm enjoying it.
Then you wonder why people don't like you, Ryan.
But yeah,
because I can see the appeal of a game, but I don't like it. I see why people like it, but it's just not for me, man.
That's why my friend David doesn't like you, Ryan.
It almost feels like I need to get into
you, David. I don't like you either.
Oh shit.
What was that, Gunny?
I almost feel like what I do. I haven't fired it up in a while on the Series S, but but it almost feels like that Deus Ex feeling that you get.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anybody's ever mentioned that on the show.
I did see. I didn't put it in the news, but when I was looking through the news this week, somebody recreated. Is that Alloy? Her name in Horizon?
Yeah.
They modded or put like an image of her in Cyberpunk somehow, and so they were using like basically as her into the game.
That's funny.
Which is coming, and I'm hearing people like modded Elden Ring. I've heard Shrek as being a character, and then I heard somebody else as being a character. So like somebody figured out how to make Shrek into a character in that game, and so
I was watching a guy. He's like a video editor or whatever. He was on Twitch, and every time your character would move, it would show like it was like pictures of Will Smith or something throughout the whole character's, shape of the character as he moved around. I was like, the fuck is this? What's going on? It was kind of cool though.
It's different. People having some fun with it. I guess.
They had like the pause mode or whatever, which was kind of cool. So you can.
Yeah, I did see there's a mod for that where you can actually pause the game for a second.
Yeah, and you have to see it to see what we're talking about. Almost like a picture mode or something.
Yeah.
Quick snap.
I'm gonna restart Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I mean it's fun.
When I get back,
I think you'll like it. Like I said, make a unique character. Start fresh.
Last time I played it,
first time, right? So is it really that much different?
Well, you can build your character a lot different. I mean, you're gonna get a lot of the same story, but you can totally change the way your character plays.
The last thing I did in the last time I played was I found the Porsche of where the fuck his name is. What's his name? Johnny
Silverhands?
Johnny Silverhands. Yeah, I found his Porsche and his gun. Mm-hmm. He was like, "Oh, you found my car." He's like, "Oh yeah," and it's a badass fucking car. It's like a very unique car because it's the only Porsche in the fucking game. So it's like an older looking car,
I would pause the game, I'd hit escape and it'd pull up your menu, and it had like additional content, and so I clicked on that tab, and it listed a bunch of things like in the game that they've added. So they've added scopes. And it actually has a different Johnny Silverhand's appearance, like a different skin that you can have for him. So he'll look a little different for you. So you could probably change it up that way. You could make your experience a little different, I guess. You can change the way Silverhand looks. You can add some scopes. I think they added some cars. And I don't know if it's in all versions or if it's just a PC version or not. I don't know. They just said, added content, so there's some different things you could do. You can change your apartment around now. Yeah. Like you can redo your apartment. Is
that was a mod
they've added? Was it a mod?
That was a mod, and then they took that mod and put it in the game.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, that was a mod like way in the beginning.
I feel like this game is gonna get that. I feel like they're just gonna keep pushing this game. And
dude, I want this game to be fucking. What's that movie? Blade Runner.
Yeah.
I want this game to be that. I want to have an AI walking around my apartment, which I think you can already have. somebody made a mod where you can have like an AI character in your apartment. Like she walks around your apartment and she just chills in there with you. Every time you go in there, she's just sitting there talking and shit. Yeah, so there's that. There's what else? I want all that cool shit. And they also, how's that handling of the vehicles? Are you driving the car in that game yet?
I did drive the car. Now I am putting a mouse and keyboard, and when I do jump into a car, I switch to a controller. I have my Xbox
is it
controller.
good though?
It's about the same, I think.
Okay, because they said they've
I didn't really have a
improved it or
huge
whatever.
problem with it before. I didn't notice a big difference, but it's been a while since I played it last time.
Yeah.
I didn't have any problems with it. I did feel like maybe when you go to that first mission, when you go to rescue that girl that's in the tub, you drive a car there, and there's like a hard corner you got to kind of make, and I felt like it was kind of difficult making that corner without swerving into the other traffic and stuff like that. And I did run somebody over by accident the one time, like, you know, because you still kind of have that little bit of a floaty control to it, I think. Because I did run somebody over as well. You know,
yeah, and the streets are a bit narrow, right? So it's almost like you can't blame it on, you know, like, yeah, it's...
They need to add, what they need to do to that game is they need to add more of those missions that, like that mission, that trauma team mission. They need to add just a bunch of those missions.
That was a
like,
good mission.
Be like, you work for the fucking trauma team and you're fucking gonna go in and fucking rescue like rich people from being fucking torn apart by fucking people or whatever, you know? That'd be cool, man. Because that mission is cool, man. That mission is like one of the coolest missions. It's like very memorable.
That is a badass mission. That game gets really exciting at that point.
Yeah, the trauma team shows up. Because I remember there's a whole mission in that game when you're like, I don't know if you're helping the guy who's running for mayor, or he's either running for, I think he's running for re-election. And there's a whole like story with him of like he's being brainwashed by like this corporation and like they're spying on him and his wife, but his wife doesn't want
Ascorp or something like that. Or
his wife doesn't want you to like tell him. So like it comes to the point in the game where like you like she confronts you and she's like, "Hey, look," she's like, if you tell him, he's probably gonna like be so devastated that he's like not gonna be able to run for mayor, you know, because he's gonna be like, "What the fuck? My whole life is a lie. Like I thought all these ideas were mine and they were being put in my head by this corporation." She's like, "Or you could just lie to him and I'll pay you all this money." And I was like, fuck, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I took her money. I think I lied to him. But then, like, once I told him, like, all these lies, he fired me himself. He was like, "I don't want you to fucking talk to us ever again." So I don't know how that plays out if I would have went the other way or whatever, you know?
Well, maybe you can go back through and play it now and do that on purpose. Make that decision on purpose and see what happens.
And some of those missions I outright failed, and the game just never, it doesn't stop. The game was like, this guy's dead now.
Just continue on now.
Keep playing. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, this character died. Yeah, like that guy's story ended right there. He died. You fucked up. It's like, what the hell, dude? So like, maybe I should go back and replay it to see how some of this shit plays out, you know? Because that game was designed like that, right? Where like side quests never like fail. You just, if a character dies, then they die. You know, like you keep going. So that's kind of a cool concept.
That quest line drops, and then you just keep on going, man.
Yeah, it's a cool concept, I think. I also like the concept of the whole clouds thing where you go to that place where you fucking, it's pretty much like a brothel or something, like a fucking whorehouse.
Yeah, that's kind of where I left off at. Interviewing
and you sit there and you talk to
madam over there,
the person or whatever. Yeah, that whole concept is cool because you learn a lot about that place or whatever, about the people who run in and all that shit. It's such a cool game, man.
It's a busy place and everybody's in there just drinking their faces off in there and getting their groove on. You know what I mean?
But I'm gonna check out Cyberpunk. You got me interested, Mayo.
Good. The last game I played, so
got 2 games to play now, Jesus.
Yeah, no. See, you got a whole week's worth of stuff to do now. Yeah. I don't know. For some reason, I felt like, you know, I've had this game in my library for a while. When it went with the free upgrade, it was Bright Memory Infinite. My Bright Memory has been in PC, you know, on my Steam for a long time. I played the demo. It had ray tracing. I enjoyed it a little bit.
I fucking had that game too. I bought it.
I thought it was a little difficult on the little bit of a demo. You had to fight these wolves, and you had a lot going on with mouse and keyboard. For some reason, I'm like, you know, I'm just going to give this a shot. You know, with the story from the intro, from the beginning, kind of get an idea what's going on. Maybe it's going to kind of give you an even pace, not just kind of throw you in stuff. And that's what it did. It starts you off and you're like this little schoolgirl. It's very, very, I would say, anime Asian kind of feel to it because it's right away, like you have these costumes you can unlock, and it's like a schoolgirl costume, a bikini costume, like a very traditional like Japanese gown type costume. They're all unlockables, but so you do this first mission and you're like going to investigate this storm, and the voice acting's kind of bad in it, but the game just looks really, really good, and the ray tracing on it looks really good. And you go in there and you're investigating the storm. You fly in, you're in this airplane, and you crash the plane. You land down, and you gotta like kind of like you start shooting your way through these enemies. There's this enemy team there, and you find out you're like, hey, they're gonna try to beat you to this place. There's some kind of anomaly going on, and you're going through and you're shooting these enemies, and it starts teaching you about how you can use your sword. You can cut people up. You have this like pulse ability where you can kind of hit them with like a blast. It's like an EMP kind of blasting. You can pick people up in the air. And then you can like slash them up and stuff. And it's very stylish, kind of like Devil May Cry, but in a first-person shooter. So it actually reminds me a lot of a cross between Shadow Warrior and Crysis. You have like these little bit of these abilities, and it really stuck with me. Like I'm like, oh, this is actually really cool. And I went and beat the first boss. You come to this first boss, he has like fire. And he like warps around the map. It's like a little thing of flame. He throws fire at you, and you can like block it, and you got to counter. And it was actually really fun. And I was just really impressed by how good this game looks with ray tracing and how well it plays. I think this game was only made by like one or two people. Like
I think it was one guy.
It was one guy.
Yeah,
wasn't it? Ryan, didn't it come out on it launched with the Series S? I don't even think it was part of Game Pass at that time.
I know it's on the Series X. I looked it up because it has ray tracing.
Or was that just the demo that we played?
It was on sale for like $2 or something like that, and I bought it.
What I remember playing from this, Mayo, was I don't remember anything about costumes or anything like that. I think it was just more of a I downloaded it was a small file, played it.
The first time I did it, I think I paid like you said, like Ryan, it was really, really cheap. I think I paid $5 for it on Steam. And you played it and you did this very little demo and that was it. But when you had the demo, they unlocked the full game for free. And it just seems so much better than what that demo was. Like I was so meh on the demo. I'm like, okay, it looks cool. I just don't know how well the game is gonna, like work. And I was, like I said, I played up to the first boss, beat the first boss. I was pretty impressed. And I even had like Nico last night. I'm like, Nico, you got to see this game. So I had him over and watch, and he was watching me play it. And it's fun. It's very stylish and it's very fast paced. It also has a little bit of like a Doom feel to it too. Like I was super impressed by the frame rates. Like, Jesus, I had this game on max settings, max ray tracing with DLSS. And it has NVIDIA Reflex in it. And I'm getting like 130 frames. Wow. And the game looks gorgeous. I mean, the ray tracing almost feels like a tech demo for ray tracing. Like it's pretty good. It shows off the ray tracing more than probably I have in any game so far. All the enemies have armor and they're super shiny, and the reflections actually kind of are blinding, when you get the right angles on them, and their flashlights are like really bright and blinding, and the shooting, the flashing, and the ricocheting of bullets and everything is really neat on it. And they do a pretty good job. I'm enjoying it. So if you have it in your library, or I'm not sure, like I said, the Xbox guys, that they have it in their library, give it a shot if you like that kind of game.
I'm re-downloading it now on Xbox to see what's changed in the last couple of years.
I enjoyed it a lot.
It's a full game now.
Yeah, and it just, I don't know. It's just something about it. I don't know about how it plays with a controller. I played with mouse and keyboard, and it feels amazing.
I remember I bought it on Steam and I never launched it.
4 gigs.
It's just in there. Bright memory.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a very long game. I got a feeling that's probably the downfall, because it looks amazing, and it plays so fast and plays so well. I think maybe since it's just one guy made it, it's probably not a real long game. I think the download itself was only like 10 gig, for the game. So maybe that kind of touched me too, that it maybe isn't as long. But I'm enjoying the little bit that I played. Like I said, I played the first
X and S version on the Xbox.
It looked good, and I would recommend with ray tracing, if you turn all that stuff on, it looks really good. And you can even see it like in the loading screen, like in the title screen. When you go through the settings, if you turn ray tracing on and off, you can see the effect it has in the game and how much better it looks. And it looks really good. So like I said, that's pretty much what I've been playing. I think I'm going to try to maybe even finish that game this week. I think I might go back into that and finish it.
Time is it, Jesus?
It's news time.
It's the news. Now with you, video game news.
It's news time. All right. Guys, big news here. NVIDIA has reportedly been completely compromised by a cyber attack. Yeah.
Yay.
Completely compromised. Oh, well, means my information is out there.
Great.
Thank you.
No wonder I got
Sounds
logged
great.
out of my NVIDIA.
That's according to a new report published by The Telegraph, which claims that America's biggest microchip company has seen parts of its business taken offline for 2 days. According to this report, what's believed to be a malicious network intrusion has completely compromised NVIDIA's internal systems, including all their email and developer tools, which have been suffering from outages since the middle of the week. It is now unclear if any data has been stolen or deleted from NVIDIA or from its consumers, the report states, or if the attack has merely just disrupted the systems. An NVIDIA spokesman told the publication, quote, "We are investigating an incident. We don't have any additional information to share at this time," end quote. Alan Woodward, a cybersecurity expert at University of Surrey, told The Telegraph that NVIDIA likely decided to shut down its internal systems to minimize the risk of further damage. He said, quote, "The ultimate concern is that somebody may have put something in one of the software updates, and they'll be going through trying to make sure to see if there's any indication that anything has been changed in their software that they've shipped to their clients." Wow. If this report is accurate, the attack will represent at least the second major security breach at NVIDIA in the past 6 months. Last summer, a list of hundreds of unannounced games were data mined from its GeForce Now platform, some of which have since been announced. There is currently no evidence linking NVIDIA's outages to the conflict between Russia and the Ukraine. The U.S. government has told companies to prepare for potential cyber attacks on Western companies in the wake of Russia's invasion. Says Sir Alejandro Mayorkas, the U.S. Secretary of Homeland Security, said, "We have no information to suggest a specific credible cyber threat against the U.S. homeland, but it is our responsibility to be prepared." So, I mean, these guys could have put a fucking virus or something, or the fucking Trojan horse or something into the fucking NVIDIA driver update.
Yeah.
Release that shit, and can you imagine how many people downloaded that right away?
I haven't downloaded any drivers in the last few weeks, so I should hold off.
I'm gonna hold off now. I usually download them whenever big games come out because usually there's new updates for them, right? But
usually it's like at the beginning of every month. They usually do an update.
Yeah, or what? Like I said, any kind of new game, even if it's one after the other, it'll be a driver update, then another driver update,
a driver update for Cyberpunk, then a driver update for fucking Battlefield or whatever. Yeah, so I mean, that's kind of crazy, man. So, wow. So hold off on those driver updates, people. I would at least. By the way, my information is on the dark web. I found out the other day, thanks to T-Mobile.
Oh, what'd they do? I'm a T-Mobile customer.
Well, when they had a data leak a couple years ago, my social security number is on there. It's just out there on the dark web. And it was linked to the T-Mobile leak. My name and social security number are out there, man, with my fucking date of birth and shit. So someone could steal my identity right away. Nice.
Why are you saying this on a podcast?
It's all right, because it's all right, man. It doesn't matter. It's fine. I check my credit report often. I know what I have and what I don't have. In other news, Valve has announced a Portal spin-off game, Aperture Desk Job. That's right. The Portal franchise is one of the most legendary accidental hits in video game history, and the original game is still celebrated to this day. Now it appears that one of the series that put Valve on the map is coming back in the form of a brand new spin-off, Mayo. Right. Valve recently announced a new Portal spin-off called Aperture Desk Job that will allow players to return to the glory days of Aperture Science. Aperture Science is one of the main antagonists of Portal and Portal 2, but the company is typically overshadowed by its malicious AI creation, GLaDOS. This situation is further complicated by the fact that by the time of both games, Aperture Science was largely ceased operations, with GLaDOS being the only remaining employee in the company. So, there's that. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I did read an article saying that like this game is supposed to kind of go hand in hand with the Steam Deck. It's supposed to kind of like introduce you to the Steam Deck and its features and abilities and stuff like that.
So it's like that one game that PlayStation made for the controller for PS5.
Like Astrobot kind of thing, you know, kind of like like a Astrobot's Playground kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
Something like that. I feel like is what this game is, and it's not like and it says you can play it on a desktop, but it's really designed for the Steam Deck. Is the main goal here, I guess. I
still have one of those fucking things on pre-order. I should cancel it. I don't need it.
Those are getting ready to ship really soon too. I think them.
Some of them have already.
Shipping already. Yeah.
Wave 1 has.
Mayo.
I'm on Wave 3, I think.
Yeah.
Mayo, it does say here that Aperture Desktop is a free playable short made specifically for Valve's new Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Players give it a shot, insight into the workings of the disastrous scientific research company.
By the way,
is a lie. Okay,
you have to use a controller though. So if you play it on your PC, it does not have mouse and keyboard support because it's designed for the Steam Deck, and which isn't a mouse and keyboard. You know, it's a controller. So they say you got to have a controller hooked up to your PC.
By the way,
to be able to play this on your PC.
For the listeners listening, I had a friend of mine the other day tell me that he didn't know what the fuck Steam was. He was like, "What is Steam?" He's like, "I went to Steam, the website, and they're trying to sell me a VR headset. Do I need that?" I'm like, no. I'm like, that's just a VR headset, bro. He's like, okay. He's like, do I need the controllers? I'm like, no. He's like, okay, so what the fuck is Steam? He's like, I hear you talk about Steam all the time, and I don't know what Steam is. I'm like, Steam is just like a store. Okay, it's just a store where you buy games for your computer, but you got to have a gaming PC. Now, they do sell shit like the Steam Deck or the Valve Index VR headset, but you don't need those to play Steam games. Steam is just a store. They're not really Steam games. They're just games in the Steam store. Okay?
Pretty much the main place where you get your PC games, really.
Pretty
I mean,
much.
It's going to have a lot of your stuff on there. I mean, unless you go Epic, you know.
The mighty Epic store.
Right. That's
like
the other
Epic
one.
Launcher.
You know, I haven't heard much about that store in a while. I mean,
What happened?
There occasionally.
Yeah.
It's been kind of quiet.
I haven't launched it. Like, I haven't heard nothing.
Greedy
from
Sweeney's
Epic.
been pretty quiet lately.
He has. He's too busy like hiding in his forest or something. I don't know.
Down his
With
Fortnite
Apple,
box.
he's like, you bastards. All right. Make my Fortnite money. Buy more forest.
In other news, speaking of identity theft, Steam wasn't on the Bitcoin train for what?
I gotta get going, so I'm gonna duck out.
Bye,
You guys have a good show. See you later, guys.
Peace out.
See you, everybody.
Bye, Canadians. Stay safe. We love you.
I'll try.
Bye. Now that we got rid of the fucking Canadian, we can talk shit.
Now we can talk about the real stuff, right?
Yeah, now we talk about the real shit, bro.
Now the show begins.
Dun, 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 dun.
Steam wasn't on the Bitcoin train for very long. Bitcoin was introduced as a payment method on Steam in April 2016 and then removed in December 2017 due to the volatility of Bitcoin's prices and the significant increase in the fees to process transactions on the Bitcoin network, Valve said at the time. More recently, Valve raised the ire of crypto fans by banning crypto and NFT games from the store. Last week, while talking to Valve, President Gabe Newell about the Steam Deck, they also asked about that rule and the take on cryptocurrency in general. So he said, quote, "The problem is that a lot of the actors who are in that space are not the people who you're wanting to interact with your consumers," Newell said. "We've had problems when we started accepting cryptocurrencies as a payment option. 50% of those transactions were fraudulent, which is a mind-boggling number. These were customers we didn't want to have."
50%, that is huge.
That's a lot, dude. Newell reiterated that Bitcoin's fluctuations were a complete nightmare. People weren't happy when a game could cost you $10 one day and $100 the next day. It says here, "There's a lot of real interesting technology in blockchains and figuring out how to do a distributed ledger, But I think that people haven't figured out why you actually need a distributed ledger. There's a difference between what it should be and what it really is currently in the real world. And that's sort of where we're at with blockchain-based NFT stuff. So much of it was ripping customers off, and we were like, yeah, that's not what we want to do. We don't want to enable screwing large numbers of our customers over. So that's what drove to that decision. There's nothing inherently about distributed ledgers that makes them problematic. It's just, so far, that's almost always what our experience has been. So pretty much he's saying that no to NFTs and no to cryptocurrency because fucking bullshit, bro. Bullshit.
Fucking bullshit. Now, Jesus, I don't know if it's had anything to do with it. I could just be trying to connect two dots that don't belong, but I know up in Canada, and I don't know if it had anything to do with the trucker convoy going on there, but you know where they were like freezing bank accounts and fucking Bitcoin accounts and all this other crap. But I don't know, like, is it just something like the government can just kind of, because it's not something that's government approved, right? Like I know Arizona wants to do it and wants to become one of the first states to, introduce it as a payment option. And I know like some convenience stores around America, where they got Bitcoin sort of ATMs to you can do purchases through there, but it's still kind of the Wild West, right? Would you agree on that? It's more of an investment than it is more of a, a payment of things.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, even you can tell like Gabe sounds pretty smart. Like I'm with people who are like, oh, big Gabe fans or whatever. I'm just kind of neutral on him, but that is kind of smart. Like I never really thought about the fact when you're paying with Bitcoin, the fluctuation in the value can really change. If you just set something on sale, okay, we're going to charge you 1 Bitcoin or half a Bitcoin or whatever. I know a Bitcoin's a lot, but say a fraction of a Bitcoin, that value changes every single day. That's a lot of work for them to change, because
fuck every
all
single
the currencies
day.
don't fluctuate.
That value changes every fucking minute.
Right. So to be able to keep up with that, you'd have to. They like to automate their stuff. I mean, if you look at Steam, you really watch Steam, they automate everything. Your return policy and all that stuff is all automated. They have a set rule. We kind of talked about this today on the Discord with Leahy. It was actually yesterday, but talking about returning Elden Ring because he's having kind of a hard time in the PC issues that it has with being a locked frame rate. And he said they flat out told him no because he played it too long. And I'm like, well, in my mind, you kind of know right away if you're going to have PC issues that within them 2 hours. I said, if you don't like it, then, I just try to get rid of the game, in less than 2 hours of playing time. But they are, he said they sent them an email to see if they would, reconsider and let them return the game. And they were just like, no. But they just seem to automate so much stuff because it's simple that way. It's kind of a hands-off approach.
Yeah.
They have these set rules and it's all automated. And
something similar probably.
Then just, then they would have to sit there and put somebody on that Bitcoin and just keep monitoring that all the time. And that's just something that Steam does not do. Like you don't.
Could there be something where you could buy credits with Bitcoin? Maybe when it's good, when the
but even then, like the
Bitcoin
would change in value. They'd have to cash that stuff out right away because, if you paid for something in Bitcoin and then Valve held onto it for a month, that could drop significantly or jump significantly. You would never even know.
Yeah.
So I can see how that would be a kind of a hard payment method. Like that's kind of crazy. But you said Jesus, they had like vending machines, right? They have like Bitcoin vending machines by you. I wonder how that works. I wonder if it's always checking like the value.
Yeah,
like,
ATM style. We've
the
got
value of Bitcoin all the time.
Here.
Yeah, it does. It's connected to the internet and it's just constantly checking. It's like a
So
Coinbase.
there has to be some kind of automated way of doing it then. Like so.
Because you can always go like a web. You can always go to like Bitcoin website or whatever, or any cryptocurrency website, and you can literally see the price of Bitcoin right now.
Yeah, it just seems weird if you think of an ATM. Like I said, you go on, put whatever in there, and like you said, it could be 5 minutes later, the value will change. Be like, oh, I should have waited 5 minutes, or you can imagine like you're on your way there, Jesus, and you're getting ready to make a withdrawal, and then you get stopped at a light, and then next 5 minutes you see the value of Bitcoin change. You see it across the street, and you can't get to it. You're like, oh no.
So let me tell you. So back in February the 2nd, one Bitcoin was worth $36,800, $859.
Okay.
Today, a Bitcoin is worth $43,099.80. So, like, yeah, that's in a month. It went up like
so at 7,000, 8,000.
Yeah, that's a lot. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was very volatile. In other news, Gabe Newell says he's not losing any sleep over the Microsoft and Sony's big acquisition sprees. He says consolidations a lot of times can be motivated by strange reasons. I've sat in boardrooms where people have talked about making decisions about an acquisition because they could fire a bunch of what are called G&A expenses. And it's like, really? That's what your strategy is? When you hear synergy, what it really means is you're going to fire a bunch of middle managers who are overhead. Somebody whips out a spreadsheet, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't think you understand how many of your core developers and engineers you're going to lose because of the disruptions. You have this completely unrealistic view of what's actually going to happen and what's motivating these decisions. He said, as a president myself, I understand why it's a lot of fun to be a mover and a shaker and do these things. I just don't think that it's a good enough reason to actually make these things better for customers. So I suspect some of these acquisitions will get unwound and some of them will turn out to be successful because whoever is actually doing the acquisition has thought out through how it's an additive thing, not how did I make my empire bigger, but what's the opportunity to do a better job of building a great game experience for people. He says, I don't lie awake late at night saying, what should we do? What's our competitive response for something like this? Because it's sort of an orthogonal to any of the things that we think are interesting in terms of how Valve runs its business. So pretty much he's saying like, yeah, he's seen this in the past. He's not really worried about it. Some of it might work out. Some of it won't, obviously. But Steam is going to continue doing their Steam thing, I guess.
Yeah, they can do their thing. And
yeah, I mean...
Yeah, one of the things I think I brought it up many times here now. You know, when we talk about Steam, right? You're the big Steamer.
That's right.
You know, I mean, you've been on it before me and Jesus, but one of the things, you know, as we've seen, especially with Microsoft recently with, you know, their acquisitions with, you know, Blizzard, Activision, you know, other bigger, larger developers that they've, you know, purchased kind of since their, you know, Xbox One follies. And, you know, Sony has bought some things as well. But Steam hasn't, you know, in Game Pass and, you know, the list goes on, but we haven't seen Steam change anything. Like,
no.
That was the one thing we were always asking questions like, oh, is Steam going to be like Xbox and Nvidia and get a Game Pass thing going? Yeah. Is there going to be like a subscription model? Yeah, what are we going to see, right? And really the only thing we've seen that they've, you know, sort of brought to the table is their Steam Deck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
and
that's
they've always said, Gabe has always said he wants to get into the hardware business a little bit. You know, that's why when we had the Steam Link and controller and all that stuff, he's always dabbled with it. He's always said he wants to be like Nintendo. Like he wants to be like that. Yeah. You know, but you know, it's not easier said than done, right? You know, like getting out there, even though they're this big PC store for buying games, you still got to make a really good product. You know, Steam Link was a good idea. It was ahead of its time, I think. You know, the game streaming, and it was like just local in-house kind of streaming. But it was a good idea, just kind of ahead of its time. And their controller, it was junk. I mean, they tried. Right. They were trying to put that touchpad stuff in there. Like I said, I had it. I did not like it. I gave it to Jesus. I even mailed it to him, paid for the shipping. And I know he did not like it either. Yeah. It just was never a good experience.
I tried playing Call of Duty with that shit, bro. It did not fucking work.
And I don't know if their Steam machines ever made it out the door to consumers.
And yeah, those are weird because, you know, those were basically
computers made by other companies. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was just basically a pre-built PC with the Steam big picture mode put on it. Yeah, that's all it was.
That's all it was.
Yeah. You know, and so like we technically had Steam machines on our PCs now. If you just put it in big picture mode,
and then put it on
you can actually
TV.
make a PC.
I did have the link. Yeah, I bought the link, right?
Yeah, you could make a PC launch to it.
And I didn't really need it either.
So you could make a PC to act just like a console where it would just launch straight to big picture mode and you would use a controller and go to your games right away. Like it wouldn't even go to Windows or anything, you know? So we could do that with our PCs. And, and that was still kind of, I think, early, because now pre-builts are the way to go. It seems like if they could have got Steam integrated with some of these pre-builts right now, I think it would have took off a lot better.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Because people right now are more willing to get into the PC market.
I think they should come out with the new Steam Link, a 4K version. Or an 8K version.
It would be nice to be able to play on my OLED,
something more simplified.
My PC.
A dongle,
Yeah, well, that's what the Steam Link was. It's only 1080p though.
Yeah, and it worked really well. Like it had some hiccups and had some little workarounds you had to do at times, but I enjoyed mine when I used it. I think I still have it at my old place. But
then again, I mean, most people, well, I mean, I guess in my situation where I can just take a HDMI cable 2.1 and just hook it right from the PC into the back of the TV if I want to.
And I have a TV here right beside my PC in my bedroom. But if I wanted to play my OLED, I'd have to unhook the PC completely.
Yeah, see, me too. Like I'd have to carry it downstairs or bring the OLED up here, which I had before, but then I need a TV for the downstairs, and it's like,
everybody's situation's different.
And Jesus, I also, while I was at Micro Center, I'm like window shopping, right? I'm looked at those $1,800 GPUs. I was looking at monitors, and they had a 40. No, I can't remember what size it was now. 30. It was right around 40-inch monitor, and it was an OLED monitor, 120 hertz, everything, basically like my TV. But except it wasn't LG, it was like Aorus or whatever, which is like the GPU brand and like a PC part company brand, and it was like their monitor / TV, but it was too big. Like I'm like, oh, I actually wouldn't mind having that because it was a 4K OLED, 120 hertz monitor it had like a game mode and it had the blackness, because of the OLED and all that. And I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty badass. It was $1,000, but I was like, too big, because it's basically the size of both my monitors now together. And it just seemed like it would have been too big to sit back and game on. I would have had to sit back too far. It would have been okay for like a controller game, but when you're playing a mouse and keyboard, you kind of sitting right in front of your monitor. I would have been like having to sit back because it's almost too big. It made me wish they made a little bit smaller OLED, like a 27-inch OLED, with 4K and stuff. I would probably pick one up, but I happen to think of that when we talk about playing with the OLED.
27's perfect for me. Yep.
But hopefully soon.
And,
what else we got, Jesus?
Hold on. Other news: Apex Legends Mobile regional launch delay due to current world events. Respawn Entertainment is delaying the launch of Apex Legends mobile version until next week due to the ongoing current world events, which is most likely in reference to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The launch was supposed to take place today on February 28th. Respawn is now planning to launch Apex Legends Mobile on March 7th in select participating countries. These countries include Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, Malaysia, Philippines, Indonesia, Mexico, Peru, Argentina, and Colombia. So it says here, during the limited launch, the following legends will be available: Bloodhound, Gibraltar, Lifeline, Wraith, Bangalore, Octane, Mirage, Pathfinder, and Caustic. Asked for when Apex Legends Mobile will launch in more places, Respawn has not said yet. The studio will announce support for other regions after the testing phase is in the initial markets. So, yeah.
There's that.
It's probably going to be popular.
So you might play Mayo or just check out?
No, not the mobile. I just can't get into mobile games. I've tried. I won't even play anything on my phone and mobile. Like, I don't play any games on my phone. I used to play like those match 3 kind of games, and I don't even do that anymore.
Yeah, BeatStar is still pretty good. I still play that.
I used to play a Marvel one. It was like Marvel's Puzzle Quest back in the day. It was really good, but yeah, I just don't.
Yeah, Marvel Puzzle, that's the most popular one.
Another news.
Marvel Universe.
Another news, the EA patent can now lead NPCs to be capable of learning and adapting to players' behaviors. That's right. The intelligence of non-player characters has long been used as a selling point for newer games by publishers like EA. The player's immersion is deepened when the characters that populate a game's world react to them and each other realistically. Most modern game NPCs all work in a similar sort of way, with the quality of the NPC being dependent on the level of complexity attributed to it by the developer. EA is now looking forward for a way to move this intelligence forward while cutting back on the complexity. The player is the only one in the video game world with any true agency, as NPCs can only react to a player's reaction. These NPCs' reactions are decided by behavior trees, which are essentially flow graphs deciding what the NPC should do next. The perceived intelligence of an NPC is measured in how complex and varied these behaviors are. The problem for developers is, for every possible player action, a new branch needs to be added to the behavior tree for an NPC to seem truly realistic and reactionary. Not only that, but as more reactions are added, more computing power is used by every NPC. Cyberpunk 2077 recently had to overhaul its NPCs to react more to players' actions. But with the new patent filed by EA, NPCs could soon be a step forward in their intelligence. The patent is for readable and editable NPC behavior, Gunny. Essentially, it describes a way of editing these NPCs' behavior trees on the fly, rather than having to increase the complexity of them to encompass all possible NPC actions. It also describes reading a specific player data, such as your location and your health, and using reinforced learning to adapt that NPC's behavior's goal. But how close is this system to being used in future EA games remains to be seen. It's very unclear at this point. From the description, this system could have many applications for NPC interactions, especially for reinforced learning. NPCs could be able to not only recognize player actions in the moment, but remember those actions players had done previously outside scripted storyline choices. Or they could remember the last place they saw the player or how much health they had. This would make for a very immersive game world. The patent also states that the generated behavior trees will be drawn up from this reinforced learning data. This means 2 different player interactions with every NPC in a game could be different, based not only on your game choices, but your playing style, Gunny. EA proposed NPC AI learning systems would be the most interesting to see in something like a next Mass Effect game.
Yes.
The series already full of diverging dialogue trees and different reactions based on the player actions. So yeah, I mean, pretty much, that'll be really cool, man. Once they could get this shit figured out, and how to get these NPCs to react to players based on what you do, where you're at in a game, your health, etc. That would be so dope.
It reminds me of that old, was it Shadow or no? Oh my gosh, the game that had the Nexus thing in it, where it would learn the Lord of the Rings type game.
You mean the Nemesis system?
Yeah, the Nemesis system. What game was that?
Lord of the Rings.
Middle Earth.
Shadow of Mordor.
Right? Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah.
Yes. It reminds me of that. How that game would learn.
My brother fucking loved that game. That dude played it so much.
Like,
the game looks so good on consoles.
You did. It'd be like, oh, he's going to sneak around, and they would get stronger. Because they're like,
and they will learn your moves.
This isn't going to work against me now.
Yeah, I'm going to kill you this time.
Yeah, if you hit him a certain way the first time, or you did certain moves the first time, they would know them and they remember them.
Yeah, that's what it kind of reminds me of, something like that, but more advanced.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see something like this. I'm just thinking there's many different possibilities, but I'm just thinking where, if you've got like a single player game, right? Like, maybe a Mass Effect is more of a choice thing, but if a game can kind of follow you through your progress, and Gunny's playing in baby mode, and let's kind of go easy on him, and not be so difficult, but again, you've already got the game downloaded, the files are there, everything's in there, the game loaded up. But man, if you can change how the AI reacts based on how I play, not so much going off of an algorithm, that would be dope. It's just something that's learning on the fly. It's
cool,
changing how...
Because everyone's experiences will be different, for the most part.
That'd be nice, right? That'd be something good to discuss on the podcast.
Yeah, it'd be on the podcast. Yo, what happened to you, Mayo?
I was getting handshakes. I was getting hugs from other characters.
Yeah.
Jesus was getting fucking sword to the fucking
tanks are being called in. The fighter jets being called in.
Stabbed in the back by the Russians over here. Fuck. In other news,
getting the peace treaties,
In other news, PS5 ray tracing could get a big boost, Mayo.
Yeah.
Thanks to some new tech from Sony. Sony appears to be working on ways to improve ray tracing on the PS5 according to a listing on the Sony Group Portal website and a recently filed patent. If you're not familiar with ray tracing, the simplest way to describe it is a more advanced and lifelike way of rendering light, shadows, and reflections in a scene. Ray tracing is commonly used in movies and TV shows, and its application in games is now possible thanks to more powerful hardware. However, ray tracing is an extremely graphically intensive feature that often requires developers to lower a game's performance and resolution to implement it effectively on a PS5. This has been the case for games like Cyberpunk 2077, Dying Light 2, Control Ultimate Edition, and Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. Though developer Insomniac does offer a performance ray tracing mode, which includes a lower fidelity form of ray tracing, but keeps the frame rate at 60 FPS. Sony then looks to be trying to address the toll that ray tracing can have on a developer's resources. A post on Sony Group's website highlights the new AI technology, which could increase performance in PlayStation 5 games. Takafumi Morifuji, a lead researcher at Sony Group Corporation, is exploring super resolution technology and ray tracing, which essentially relies on machine learning to make lower resolution images sharper and more clear. Even though the new AI technology is currently only being tested in CG movies, Morifuji says that the super resolution ray tracing will have a large effect in the future, and the aim is to extend the use of the technology to video games, movies, and other areas of entertainment. There's no reason why, then, we couldn't eventually see super resolution technology and ray tracing to be used on a PS5. Another sign that Sony is taking ray tracing seriously comes via a recently spotted patent filed by Sony's lead system architect designer, Mark Cerny. Cerny filed a patent for, quote, system and method for accelerated ray tracing on August 20th of 2020, which points to a new way of optimizing ray tracing effects on the PS5. So it says here, while it's hard to parse through all the technical language used, it appears that the new pattern would effectively reduce the number of rays that need to be cast in a game, reducing the resources needed for ray tracing while still delivering a comparable experience. It's clear that even though ray tracing is a desirable feature, it currently takes too much processing power to be as mainstream as some might like. If Sony can find a way to optimize ray tracing or use upscaling techniques to provide better image quality when resolution or frame rate does have to be compromised, it could make the feature a more tempting proposition for developers and gamers alike. Currently, only those with access to high-end GPUs like the NVIDIA 3090 can really get the most out of ray tracing, along with the use of NVIDIA's DLSS technology, which uses AI to upscale lower resolution content, similar to what Sony is proposing with this new machine learning technology. So, why do we need ray tracing? Even though developers have mastered the art of creating convincing lighting in games, it is a time-intensive process that can't replicate the same level of realism that ray tracing can provide. The same is true for reflections of shadows. So, hopefully Sony is able to get this, through and done and figured out. I think it'll be cool. It'll really push gaming forward.
Yeah, I think probably everybody's probably working on it, right? Probably developers for their games. Everybody's probably trying to figure out how to get ray tracing to be less taxing. And we're going to see it in everything. I can see it in just, being everywhere. I'm glad Sony's working on it, hopefully making it so their console can utilize it, really well. And I'm sure Microsoft probably has something going on with their Xbox over there. We're just not hearing about it, to ease that burden that it has. And, and I'm sure for the PC side of things too, it's going to be the same way. NVIDIA and all them companies are probably making something to make ray tracing probably a lot easier on our systems. Eventually that it's going to be nothing, we're just going to be used to, we're just going to have it. We're just going to be used to it, and we're going to be talking about the next thing, whatever that is.
8K.
Yeah. Yeah, and I see, when I think about games like, the Horizon Forbidden West and, the upcoming God of War Ragnarok and whatever the new Batman fucking game is, whenever that's coming out. I think it's already been delayed, even though it was like already had a long date on it. But, Rocksteady, they make some pretty solid looking games, even back, I'm just thinking back on the Xbox 360 PS3 era. They just really just maxed out just how beautiful those games are, at least in my opinion. So, yeah, I think they're going to do good things, especially with NVIDIA and ray tracing.
But that's all we have for news, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, other than that, go watch the Uncharted movie. I feel like Sony's going to be making movies for every video game. Every single video game they own. All the IPs they own. They got the movie studios to do it. They got the video game IPs. They're going to do it, man. They're going to make movies for fucking... What games do they own? They're going to make a fucking God of War movie. They're going to make
God of War's got to be next.
Last of Us is already in production. Last of Us is being made into a series.
The TV show.
Yeah, that's a TV show. What else? Horizon could be a movie, I guess, right? With like some chick fighting robots and shit. What else? Doing a lot of shit, dude.
Spider-Man. Wait, we already get Spider-Man game.
I'm gonna be the director for the Gran Turismo movie. Hey guys,
the Gran Turismo movie.
I'm thinking it could be. Hey, why don't they? I mean, I know it's a motorsport game, but and those games look awesome. This will only be like their second one since the PS4 launch, but again, these are very niche things, right? So I'm sure eventually I will pick that game up on the PS4 Pro. Assuming it's coming, right? Did nobody say it wasn't? But it's hard to keep track of what games are, exclusive to the PS5 launch. But yeah, it's I could see it like a speed. Is it fucking Speed Racer? Is that who it was? Jesus, I watched that movie. It wasn't that great, but it was like a cartoon back in the 80s.
Like, listen, I'm going back. I'm looking at all the shit they have since 1995 or whatever. There's a lot of shit. All right, listen. Let's go to newer ones. They can make oh man, there's a lot of games here, dude. People say Sony doesn't have exclusives. They got a lot. I'm looking at newer ones. I'm going to 20. Let's go back.
Matt mentioned Jack and Daxter, but I'm thinking
they can make an MLB movie. They can make an MLB movie.
That's not exclusive, really. That always comes out on Game Pass every year.
Oh, okay. They can make an Until Dawn movie. They can make the Order 1886.
That one would be good.
That would be a cool movie, actually. I think that would be fucking really cool. They can make... I'm looking at new games here. I don't know, man. They can make a Ghost of Tsushima movie.
Yeah. Tom Cruise would be starring in it.
Tom Cruise is Jin Sakai in Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Bring the Last Samurai back, bitches. Woo! Don't make fun of Tom Cruise, Gunny. He's a man, all right? Motherfucker.
He's fucking old. He's a boomer.
Dude, you see that? You see that stunt he did in that one movie? He hung on that airplane. He legit hung on the side of a fucking plane.
Yes, he did.
That's ballsy, motherfucker. Movie. What was that, Mission Impossible?
What the hell movie was that?
Was it Mission Impossible or something?
Oh, fuck. What was I thinking of? I was thinking of a different movie, but... But yeah, Mission Impossible is very good, too.
Yeah. Yeah, he hung on the side of that fucking... A real plane, Gunny, motherfucker, you, all right? And it was him. It wasn't fucking some other dude, okay? It was him.
Is that his real hair? He's probably got no hair, but that was all implants. No way his toupee would have been blown away.
All right. So, yeah, what's up, Gunny? Can you do your own fucking stunts? How about you, Mayo?
I could, but then my wife would get mad because I'd probably fall out of the plane and break both my legs. You can't work now and make money, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. I'll try my own stunts. I don't care. Something new, right?
Yeah. Do your own stunts. God. I no more. I have no more news, Gunny. Let's move on here. God, all the news is Russia and Ukraine. It's all the fucking news. Everything is about them. Fucking Russians and Ukraine. Goddamn. Why do you have to invade? Why you guys have to? Ruin everything for everyone. Just when we thought we were done with COVID, Mayo.
Well, we are done with COVID now. This is the news.
Literally, Oregon.
You don't hear much about it right now, do you?
Oregon just announced we're finally going to lift all the indoor, everything, all the mask mandates.
Yeah.
How is the same way? They actually said the 7th.
March 12th for the kiddies here.
Oregon originally said the 19th of March or the 20th, and then, oh, no, fuck it, we're going to do it the 12th. Fuck it.
Just a random date, it seems.
Yeah,
you know?
that's a weird...
Yeah, like I said, ours is the 7th in Ohio.
What does the government have planned for the 12th?
Right?
What's going on March 12th?
They're trying to fucking distract us, bro. They're trying to distract us. They're going to launch nukes or something on the 12th, Gunny. Is this going to happen? Is this the last podcast we're recording?
Biden's up to no good over here. What's he doing?
We got one more show before the 12th. All right. And one more show, guys.
Is there an election or something? What's happening?
What the fuck is the
No,
12th?
isn't there the trucker convoy, the American trucker convoy?
Is that what's going on?
Isn't that March 8th or something?
What the fuck's going on?
I don't know.
12th,
I haven't really been following it. I see it on the YT vids, but...
Something is happening on the 12th. That's all I'm saying. They're trying to distract us by letting us take off our masks.
It's going to be the good old boys, the proud boys, the bad boys, the gamer boys. They're all going to be there.
I don't know, man. It's going to be
all
wild.
at the White House or State Building. I don't know. I'll be playing Elden Ring, get my ass kicked March 12th.
But yeah, anyways, go to fucking corner, whatever the fuck you do. What do you do over there?
So what I do over here, guys, is I talk about the games that are free with your subscriptions that you pay for, and some you don't need a subscription. But if you do have that Xbox Gold, which is included with your Game Pass Ultimate, which mine just expired, so now I'm back to paying $15 a month. But I'll probably just buy a couple cards on whatever. Fucking Newegg, Amazon, wherever I can find them, Target. I usually buy a couple 3-month cards at a time. But if you do, go download The Flame in the Flood on your Xbox console. You don't even need that. You can just go to a browser on your fucking PC if you don't feel like firing up your Xbox. That game it's okay. It's
not a bad game.
It's all right. I don't know. It seemed like I made it, a couple hours in and was enjoying it, but then I don't know. I just fell off of it hard. But definitely a collectathon, more of an adventure up and down a river, and starting fires and trying to survive the elements. Your second game, which is probably a backwards compatible game, moved over to your brand new Xbox, assuming you're not back on the Hobo Xbox, and that is called Sacred to Fallen Angel. I don't know what that is, but yes, get those 2 games on your Xbox. As far as I skipped over fucking PlayStation up here because I just put it in. So this is going to be for March, people. So by the time you listen to this, these games should be available. So over to PlayStation, your free PlayStation Plus games for March are Ark Survival Evolved, Team Sonic Racing. There's a good one. Mm-hmm. Get that Team Sonic Racing going. And for PlayStation 5, you get those 2 games plus Ghost Runners PS5 version. And also, I think this is a bonus here, it's a standalone version of the multiplayer Ghost of Tsushima. Legend is also being added. So what does that mean? So you get Ghost of Tsushima, or you just get the multiplayer game?
Jesus would know more about that because he's played it.
Legend is also being added. So
Legends is just the multiplayer, I think.
Okay. All right. Well, either way, it's a fun mode. I watched Nipron play that. It's really good. So you can play it co-op as well. And just join in with, I don't know, probably up to 4 friends, I assume. Or it's just, I think, sets of 2 or teams of 2. But, it just looks like fucking Ghost of Tsushima, basically, except you're just fighting NPCs and stabbing them and shit. Like samurai! Good stuff. Let's see, what do we got here? Over back to the Xbox World of Things for you Game Pass holders. I'll just name off a couple of things. There's always things being added. But over on the console side of things, you can play Super Mega Baseball 3. That has recently been added to Game Pass. And over on the PC side of things, you have Dragon Ball Fighter Z. So for you Dragon heads out there, if you're a weeb, go play Fighter Z over on PC. A few other things over there, but won't mention those. Over to the evil Epic Store. If you still go there, the only reason I go there is because of this show. Otherwise, I would forget all about the Epic Store. But that is the game called Chris Tales. That's CRIS. This is a love letter to classic JRPGs. So go claim it. You can either do it via browser, even if you don't have a gaming PC, or claim it on the Epic Launcher. And I think that's all we have for this week, folks. Get all your free games, play all your games. Let us know what you've been playing. If you've been playing Horizon Forbidden West. Is that the latest one? Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
I believe it is. I've been watching it on the old Twitches, that and Lost Ark, and trying to get into Elden Ring, and I'm trying to play. Eventually, I'll play all the games.
Yeah, I should probably
except for
fire up
Nintendo.
Lost Ark and see what I think of that. Maybe I'll like it. I don't know. I don't know if it's my kind of game or not, but I should at least
I
give
think
it a
it'll
shot.
look really
It's
good
free.
on that OLED TV. So
Right. We don't have any community questions this week, Jesus. I forgot to post it this week.
Come on.
But I know they've been kind of drying up here lately anyways. I know. I know.
because Jesus is not playing any games, that's why they don't have any fucking questions. No, because Gunny just plays Satisfactory and fucking dumbass games on Steam.
Oh my goodness. What's going on in this? This show's falling apart. Got no questions. No video games.
No, my fault too. I didn't ask any on Discord.
March 12th is coming.
Right.
Fuck.
The world reset, the great world reset, is that March 12th? Is that when it resets everything?
Fuck, I hope not. Great World Reset. What the fuck is that? Sounds pretty fucking bad right now.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very good. That's like we start.
The Great World Reset is coming.
I want to reset. Like I want $2 gallon of gas again. That's what I was hoping for.
No, it sounds like you fucking want nukes to drop on everyone and fucking reset. Fuck it, we're gonna kill everyone and reset the planet. Yeah.
I was just hoping like it was just a power button like on a PC. Pew, like just yeah. Like we're back to a candy bar's 25 cents.
Listen, Gunny, I'll trade you 2 chickens and a cow for that house. Okay.
Is that what it is? We're back to we're going to the barter system here.
Trade you 2 chickens and a cow, Gunny, for that house. Mayo,
You get the outhouse. You get the outhouse, not
Mayo.
not the
I
bunker.
trade you.
I live like a king over here in Ohio. You guys are always saying we're all farm country out here. I'm gonna have all the pigs and the chickens and the corn and.
I trade you 2 horses for that Camaro.
Yeah, the Camaro would be able to put gas in probably.
Nails like giving out ideas over here.
You can
Nails,
have
we
it.
need to build. We need to build like a quick fucking pop up house out there, and then just say build it.
I'm gonna live in the Camaro,
Jesus
bro.
will come.
I'm gonna live in the Camaro. That's what I'm trying to do. It's gonna make a house out of it.
I'm bringing my Winnebago. I'm parking it right in your cornfield.
I'm ripping all the fucking metal off that shit and making a house.
I'm gonna put tarp over the top of it, so it stays cooler when I'm gaming inside the Winnebago.
What's a good?
Get heated, cooled seats.
Listen, I'm not moving to fucking Wyoming when the world goes to an end. I'm not going to Wyoming because Brink lives there, dude. He's always telling me how it's like negative 17 degrees and shit over there.
Oh my god! I
ain't fucking living in that shit. All right, that's too cold to live in and survive in the wilderness. So I gotta go somewhere where it's nice and warm most of the year. I'm thinking like Florida, maybe Arizona, maybe.
Yeah, Arizona would be good, right?
Arizona,
bake
maybe
in the sun all day.
Be hot as fuck in the summer, but in the like in the wintertime, it's not too bad.
No. You just pay $400 a month for PG&E or PG&E, whatever it's called, electric bill, and
we won't have electric thing. We won't have any electric thing. It's gonna be all
swamp coolers. I mean, what?
Chicken and cows and horses. Okay, that's what we're dealing with. That's how we're gonna trade.
They'll probably melt on the fucking. Yeah, they'd probably just die of dehydration. That's why I'm going to Ohio.
What profession are you taking up, Mayo, when the world ends?
Oh, I don't know. Farmer.
You gonna be a farmer, Gunny? What are you gonna do, Gunny?
We're gonna do old-fashioned way. We're gonna get
I'm gonna be a
horse.
tools. I'm gonna be a vendor at a tools fucking vendor station.
Oh, you're gonna be like at a blacksmith or something?
Yeah, like a blacksmith. You just hear the ting, ting. You want to buy a hammer? $5.
5 chickens. You get this spear right
We're
here.
willing to trade you.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do.
We don't take Bitcoin.
We stopped taking that trash currency 10 years ago.
We buy old video games. What do you got?
Without electricity.
Welcome, traveler.
I'm going to be just some hobo-ass traveler that travels the planet and does nothing. Just tries to live day to day. Yeah. Just day to day living, Take up odd jobs here and there, Somebody wants me to kill a mutated cow or something. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll go fucking kill this mutated fucking cow.
That's where you come see me. You just buy your weapons.
Yeah, and then I'll have to get my weapons from Gunny, and then whenever I'm hungry and I need rations, I'll stop at Mayo's farm. Mayo's Farms and Goods is what he's going to call it.
Good luck, traveler.
Hey, Mayo, I need some...
I can be a voice actor. What's up?
I need some beef for this trip. I'm going up to New York.
Eradicated jerky?
I'm gonna scavenge New York City and deal with the mutated rats and the mutated the mutated hobos that live there now.
Goals?
Yeah, there'll be mutated hobos and mutated rats that I have to fight while I'm scavenging. So I need lots of rations. And
Rat X.
Yeah. It's gonna, March 12th is coming, guys. Fuck.
I have a plan, right?
I mean, we're fucked. We're fucked, man. I mean, we're fucked, Gunny. Gunny, you and I are especially fucked, Gunny. Especially, yeah, you and I, we're done.
I was telling my wife, I'm like, if I go up to the mountains, I'm just thinking like from a nuclear fallout, like I said, eventually, yeah, we would just die from the fallout stuff that's kind of heading our way. It's not that far from the Bay Area, like eventually those rads would catch up with us.
Yeah, we will all be dead.
My first thought was Canada. Like, because I don't...
No, man, Canada's going to get invaded, dude.
Nukes. I don't know.
Ryan said it himself, dude. What Russia has to go to Canada to get to us, all right? And they're going to go through Canada.
I mean, if it's like a ground war, hell yeah, bring them there first.
You're going to fuck up the Alaskans first, and then go to Canada, and then come down, and then fuck us up.
Right, that's right, because they are almost connected.
Yeah. They're not that far apart. If you look at the map, Alaska and Russia are not very fucking far apart, dude. They're pretty fucking close to each other.
There was a guy that I think Iams knows that I listened to. Man, was he on just another podcast? But either way, he said that he was saying how he can get on a ferry in Alaska and basically be in Russia in 1 hour and then just go shopping. And it's like a duty-free sort of thing. Buy your vodka, buy your potatoes, whatever the fuck they sell in Russia. And then he says you just come back and, you're off the boat. Boom. It's like a ferry system. So yeah, they can just ferry some fucking troops across and crazy. Would take long. Take over Canada first.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, man, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Shout out to all the Ukrainians out there fighting the good fight. Shout out to all the people fighting the good fight out there. And fuck you to all the people helping the Russians. That's not cool. We're not cool with that, right, Mayo?
That's right.
Are we taking a pro-Ukraine stance right now, Gunny? Is this what we're doing on this show?
I am pro-Ukraine supporter. I support that president, man. He is just amazing.
My buddy sent me a link earlier of a guy who's a Texan. Think about it, Gunny. A true American Texan who's out there fighting with the Russians. He's fighting with them, and he's making propaganda videos for Russia. You believe that shit?
With them?
What the fuck, man? I don't get people do that type of shit. You know what I mean? Fucking traitors, bro. Type of people like that the U.S. government should look them up and straight revoke their shit. Be like, motherfucker, we're revoking all your shit. Social security number? You got no more social security number, motherfucker. You're illegal now for coming back, you know?
Doesn't that remind you? I mean, well, first thing it reminded me of was that guy. Was it when they went to, when was it Baghdad? Name of that country where, Iraq, where they went up and invaded that other country, and then boom! Remember they found the fucking that American, and he was like jihadist or whatever, but he lived in like Oklahoma or something like that.
Yeah, he was like all into it.
And it was like, what the heck? What's he doing over there? Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, went over there to join them.
It wasn't even like a religious thing as far as I understand.
Yeah, he just went over there to help him.
Yeah.
He was mad at America or something. I don't know. But yeah, man, there is people.
I guess, yeah.
There's people that defect from America. A lot of people defect from America, actually. So, fuck you to that guy. Fuck you to Vladimir. And shout out to the rest of my people in Ukraine. Yeah. Right, Mayo? Tell them, Mayo. Tell them how we feel, Mayo. America.
That's right.
This is America.
Ukraine, NATO. Let's go.
America.
Peace.
America.
Peace to the world, my friends.
Yeah. This is, well, hopefully peace to the world. I mean, I don't know, man. You look back at history, Gunny. Remember Hitler took over Poland first.
Yeah. I think
my son
was showing me a video today. I was like, holy cow.
And he said, we're stopping here. We're stopping here, guys. And then what do you do next? Next you know, he was in fucking Paris a month later. Or like 3 months later, he was in Paris or whatever, you know. And then what, Gunny? You know, it's too late to stop. It's too late to stop him.
You know, I think I was trying to explain to my son today, not that I'm some kind of war fucking history buff or anything like that, but I said, do you understand, like, you know, why we just don't send, you know, all those troops that we are all sending, you know, along the whatever, they're all in Poland and here and there. Humanitarian, you know, it's all NATO, it's UN, it's all part of an organized thing or whatever, you know, but I said, we're not going to send them in there to fight. We don't want World War III. I don't think anybody wants World War III.
Nobody wants.
Maybe Putin does. We don't want hundreds of thousands of lives lost, you know?
I think maybe he just doesn't care. I think he's at an age where he doesn't care, man. He's 70 fucking years old
seems
almost.
that way.
You know what I mean?
These could be empty threats with nuclear readiness or not.
Yeah.
We don't know.
He's fucking old as shit. And it's like, I think he just doesn't care at this point. You know, he's like, oh, fuck it. I'm going to die in like 5 years anyways or whatever. Might as well just do this.
Yeah, that press conference that was on with President Biden, was it Thursday? I don't know. It was one of the things I actually listened to, where the press came out and asked him, you know, like, and there was a lot of press there too. I was just listening, not watching, but they were like, okay, so what are Putin's intentions? He's like, we don't know. He's like, we don't fucking know. Even the intelligence department does not know, you know?
Nobody knows.
So only Putin and his advisors.
They're not saying. They know, just not say, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. He seemed pretty genuine, you know, as far as like, I'm sure he could have went further and said, look, if we knew exactly what he was going to do, you know, we could, you know, come up with a game plan. But other than that, we just have contingency plans, you know, like, you know, whatever fucking, what are they doing with the Swift Bank and everything, you know, whatever they call them, you know, and more to come, right? I mean, they're only reacting to their reactions, you know, without putting boots on the ground and losing lives. So I don't know. What more can you do, right? Except send more troops over there for humanitarian aid, right? And I guess prepare for a World War III, possibly. Who knows, right? The way this thing is changing every hour, it's crazy. I haven't looked at my phone since starting the podcast, but I'm sure I'll see, you know, how them joining the European Union, and you know, we're watching world history right now as we speak.
Yeah, literally, man. You know, like, it's fucking crazy. Yeah, you think about that. I always think about it. I'm like, fuck, man. You know, in my lifetime, I feel like I'm pretty young still, you know, 30. But I've lived through some fucking historical events, Mayo. You have too, Mayo. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Like how, really impactful fucking events that changed the world forever, and we've lived through them. Like, You know, you think about all that shit, you know? It's fucking crazy. This is another one. But, you know, in all seriousness, like, you know, to all the people out there fighting in the Ukraine, like, it takes guts to do what you're doing, and it's your country, and it's your home. And I hope you're able to keep it, and you're able to defend it, and hopefully beat the invaders, you know, or make them surrender or something, dude. I mean...
Yeah, we saw... You know, I watched the little short little videos of, you know, U.S. reporters in English talking to people that were initially leaving, you know, crossing over to that Poland checkpoint. And I guess we can always look at it as outsiders, and some might ask, well, why the hell are they leaving now? Why didn't they leave a month ago when they knew? No, I mean, I think I kind of get it where this woman was saying how I really hope that as soon as I cross that checkpoint, I'm going to be able to come back very soon. That's why I'm only taking my luggage and, you know, of course, my kids and my dog with me, you know, and dog in hand. And I don't want to leave. You know, they said, no, I don't want to leave, but everybody's saying, you know, leave. And my husband's staying back to fight. And, yeah, it was just, I think I could just see the shock on their faces, right? They're like, no, I didn't want to leave a month ago, and I don't want to leave now, you know? I want to leave my home. I don't know where I'm going to go, you know, without my husband, you know?
Yeah.
Who's going to take care of me? And it was just, yeah, it was just really shocking to see that take place. It's awful.
Very.
Yeah, to see these Russians come in and kill people.
Yeah, it's scary. It's a scary situation all around. But, you know, we'll see what happens. And, yeah. Anyways, with all that being said, want y'all to make sure to get on over to manscaped.com. Use promo code HGP20 to get yourself 20% off any purchase and free worldwide shipping. Use promo code HGP20. Shout out to Manscaped for giving us some pretty nice products, man. That bag that me and Gunny got a nice leather bag, man. I'm not sure if you got it or not.
Yeah, I got everything.
Oh, you did?
Okay, because you took the picture of the bag, and I wasn't sure, like, did you get that off the internet, or did you not get the bag? Yeah.
No, I got the bag. I just didn't get the weed whacker for some reason in my kit, but...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so the weed whacker is...
I'm going to hit him up. That's the main one, right? That's the main one. I'm going to hit him up about
No, that was like the small one. Like the...
Yeah, it was a small box that I got, and so...
Oh, that's the nose and hair trimmer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ear trimmer, hair trimmer, whatever.
Yeah, the other one was like the lawnmower 4.0?
Yeah, the lawnmower.
Yeah, I got that one.
So that's the main one, right? The lawnmower. And I used that on my face, and that was pretty good. Like, it wasn't, you know, ripping any hairs out. And I used that first before I bought my... you know, my regular razor that I've always used, my Mach 3 or whatever. But they do have, you can purchase a razor here called the Plow 2.0. Along with other things, it's got things for, your feet. There's crop mops and things like that. And one of the things, guys, I did try today was the, if I can just pull it out here real quick. And I think it was the crop preserver, guys. Now, this is one of the things that's recommended, you know, after bathing, right? After showering. And so, but I didn't do that, right? I did it, you know, kind of midway through the day. And it doesn't have like a very strong fragrance to it. Like, you know, it's not super strong. It's more of a lotion type style thing. But yeah, it was very soothing, and something I do recommend putting on after a shower. You know, especially if you've been working out, or, you know, you're gonna go out somewhere, and you know, meet up with some friends. You know, definitely go with a crop preserver. Ooh. So it doesn't have to be after a shave, but more after your bathing.
Oh. There's also the ball deodorant. I mean, that one's really nice. It keeps your stuff smelling really nice, Mayo. Like overnight, you know, you sleep in, you You know, you may have a date night or something. You know, you want to smell nice down there. You don't want it to be smelling weird. You know, throw some of that on there, Gunny. Some of that on there. You know,
Yeah, there's also a ball toner. I haven't opened that up yet.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, check them out over at manscaped.com. Promo code HGP20, and yeah, you could find Ryan over at Gib8777 on Xbox, mostly, I believe. Steam as well, I think, but mostly Xbox. He's playing whatever what was that stupid fucking game he mentioned?
Wobbly Life.
Wobbly Life.
He's playing Wobbly Life, so if you need a co-op partner in Wobbly Life, hit up Ryan. He'd be more than glad to help you wobble around the map and do wobbly stuff in Wobbly Life.
It's GTA.
According to it's GTA. Okay, Ryan, you ever fucking play GTA, dude? You know what I mean? And yeah, find me on everything at JesusWalksAlot. I'll be playing some like I said this week. That game I just bought on what did I buy?
Diplomacy is not an option.
Okay, yeah, that game that I bought earlier. And I'll be playing some more Cyberpunk this week, Mayo, as well. You know, I'm trying to get into PC gaming here. So I'm trying to find a good PC game to play. And, you know, Cyberpunk may hold me over for a bit, but I need something good, man.
I think a diplomacy not an option game might be a good one because, you know, that's like those PC type games. And it's that strategy, that top-down managing type thing is kind of like your wheelhouse. Yeah.
Yeah. So
didn't you say one time you were going to get back into Papers, Please? Didn't I remember you saying you wanted to get back into that?
Oh, I was playing that game not that long ago, actually. That game was pretty good. I never beat it, though. I got to the part where the terrorist attack happens. And I don't know what the ending of that game is. I've never got to the ending because I always fail.
Right.
Like,
and then there's your not for broadcast, too. Maybe you can get back into that
that's the one. Dude, I actually downloaded that one the other week. I was like, I'm going to play this, and I haven't got into it. So, not for broadcast, Cyberpunk.
Play some Ready or Not. Wait, is that what it's called?
Yeah, Ready or Not too. Yeah, Ready or Not is. Well, Ready or Not got an update. A new map, Mayo. It's called Club. Oh my God, got a new map. Support for displaying modded maps on the world map. World generation on modded maps will now have AI and stack up points generated automatically.
Ooh, I love modded maps.
Fixed a bunch of issues. What else?
User created maps are the best.
There's new knife wielding suspects, Mayo.
Didn't you always say that? Didn't you see you wanted them to have knives?
Yeah, now they added that. Now these guys are listening to the podcast. Added ability for AIs to place traps.
I don't want to shoot a crackhead coming at me with a fucking knife.
What else? They added a new German 5.56 assault rifle, the G36C, and they added a BRN 180, which is a modern take on the classic AR-18. What else? They have new meth suspect and civilian voices. Oh my fucking God! I'm playing this tonight. Update 2 gig update, man. We're playing, man. Get this shit right now. We're fucking playing. Anyways, so I'm gonna play some Ready or Not right now, and yeah, 5 minute everything. Yeah, you know what? This shirt's really comfortable, man. I like this. This
I haven't tried the shirt.
Very nice.
But mine also came with a pair of underwear. They're more of the boxer briefs. You mentioned it earlier.
I like it. I like the briefs. That's what I wear.
So it's like the
man.
Calvin Kleins that I wear as well.
I enjoy the
Same
briefs.
style.
But where can we find you, Gunny?
Go find me putting on some crop preserver, and over on Xbox and Steam and other stores as gamertag Gunny Chief. Over on PlayStation, HGP_Gunny. Where do we find you, Mayo?
You're going to find me on Steam, pretty much. The Mayo. You can find me on the Discord. Just find me Discord. That's the best way to do it. I am on the Xbox as the Mayo. And I think on Origin is the Mayo 1 playing some Apex. But, yeah. Hit me up on there if you want to play some ranked arenas.
Origin Is there a speaking of that, was there that somebody had mentioned maybe that Grid Sports? There's a demo now or something. Did you see that on there?
I did not see that on there.
Damn, I gotta go check my Game Pass thing. I didn't see it on the recently added list, but
they have an app now, like a little EA launcher app. Let me look real quick here. It only take like 2 seconds here.
It's called Grid something, but I don't think I saw it on console. And it's a little different on PC Game Pass where
Grid Legends?
Is that what it is?
It's a racing game? Is it a racing game?
It's a recently added thing. But I didn't see it in the list.
It says you can play the game for 10 hours.
Damn, that's pretty good.
It says release date February 24th. So it just came out.
Weird. Yeah, I didn't see it on PC, but that's one of the best things about this Game Pass thing where, I don't know, it's not showing up or whatever. It usually has its own...
I liked the Grid games. They were pretty fun.
Yeah, okay, it does have its own... Yeah, it's still in like a beta form, I guess. So, there it is, Grid Legends, alright. But yeah, it keeps logging me out of the Origin for some reason on the PC. So.
You get their new app? Get their app. It's not bad. I never have to log in.
Yeah, let me just see the A.
It's on the Origins. They'll tell you, like, hey, try our app. It's just called EA.
Yeah, so hopefully it keeps me logged in. I don't know, for some reason it keeps fucking logging me out every time. I got to go get the password. So, all right, what does Gidget say, Jesus? Let's go play some games. We're out.
Oh man, go play video games, people. Get distracted from the bullshit going on around the world, and peace out, Brussels sprouts. We'll catch you on the next week's edition of the Horrible Gamers Podcast. It could be the end of the world edition. I mean, March 12th is coming. Hashtag March 12th is coming. It's going to be trending by next week. All right? March 12th is coming, guys.
Maybe we should buy that domain.
I'm going to buy that domain right now. March 12th is coming.
I'm gonna buy the NFT for it. I'm gonna make an NFT.
Buy NFT. March 12th is coming, people. It's fucking coming. It's fucking... God, it's coming. It's so fucked. Oh, man. Bye, everyone. Love you.
Bye.
Shout out to the Ukrainians. You guys are awesome. Stay safe out there, everyone. Bye.
Zelensky.
Bye.